Okay, well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another live stream. We're flying the 757 today. It's kind of like a test stream, so it's pretty much just like we'll fly the aircraft, and okay, let me set the time to something a little bit more. Okay, let's do clear skies. That looks. What happened to my reset? Like the aircraft just like it's weird now. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and do scattered. Scattered should do the trick. Okay, cool. Let's see. I should just leave it on broken. Okay, let's do broken then. Let's go into a flight deck, start up the aircraft real quick. It is a, I would say simple aircraft to fly. It's more or less a rather old aircraft to say the least. It was actually the replacement for the 727. But it's kind of interesting that it's that way because I don't think the 757 has had a replacement yet. Due to the fact that don't think there's an aircraft that has yet to match its capabilities, such as I guess short takeoff and landing, which it was really versatile for that. So let's go ahead and turn these on. We'll align the IRS real quick. I just realized I'm possibly hearing myself, so that's great. I think frames so far. Let's see, how are frames at? Okay, frames are better. That's partly why I moved to over here. So let's go and set that to on. Let's go into this. We'll turn out. We don't need this right now. We'll turn these on. We'll set the IRS to navigation. That's what we're going to do here. Let's also go down to route. I'll open up the chat on my phone as I always do. Well, I had YouTube open. That's cool. Well, that's kind of convenient at the same time. But nevertheless, we want to pretty much be here doing the test stream, of course. The way this is going to work is that essentially speaking, we'll just pretty much be here. And what's a good view we can do? Let's do tower view. Okay, that looks good. Ooh, that's a really good view. Okay, let's go and try to get Brickell in the shot since that's kind of like downtown Miami. So I think it's right over there. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and start planning out the flight plan. So it's going to get Kilo Mike India Alpha to TNCA. Flight number American 1475. That's what we always fly with. Let's go into departure arrival. I think we're taking 08 right. Let me check this real quick. So I'm definitely gonna have to pretty much recheck everything. And a matter of fact that I will have to check audio and stuff since for some odd reason you can't really hear the game. I don't want to call XPLANE a game since that can be considered offensive, I guess, if you want to call it that way, because okay, so they're actually departing 08, right? Okay, that's great. Let's go into Avitab, go into flight plan, milk run, Kilo Mike India Alpha 2K and TCA. Let's actually go and set up fueling up the aircraft. Let's go into general operations, ground and everything. Let's go into block fuel 12 1300. Okay, we'll leave it on that. There's not a single problem taking more fuel than you need, mostly because I do plan flying back. When that will be, I don't honestly know, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's go ahead and do 120, 135. Okay, let's do 136. Okay, we'll just do 140. 134. Okay, perfect. Optimize CG. That looks good. And let's see what do we have. What are we missing? And no passenger bus. We'll go and click on gate configuration and load. Great. I'll go back into here with the beautiful Miami skyline in the background. We're actually going to go back to this chat and active. If you guys could help me out in at least deciding what is good and what is bad, that would be greatly appreciated, since I definitely am streaming for this sole reason because I said I was going to stream in like a really long time, but I haven't streamed mostly because live, it's been interesting so far. 29's here, let's go into here, 29's here, Slugo, and then that's pretty much our arrival. So it's kind of a quick flight for them, to say the least. We're taking the ILS. Oh no, that's Aruba. Damn it, that is Aruba. Let's actually try to get TNCM. Okay, Aruba is TNC. I actually flew into Aruba before. Let's actually go into TCMM. Okay, there we go. That should do the trick. Let's go into arrival. Hopefully I didn't mess up the flight plan. Okay, that looks good. We'll go into arrival. I will take RNAV 10, Uluba 1. Perfect. Transition is Slugo. I think that should be here. Execute. And then activate. And then I pretty much should do the trick. Let's try to fill in the discontinuities there. Looks good so far. Let's go into this. The aircraft is currently being loaded. I'm pretty certain that this is essentially the FMS done for the sector of this flight, but let's actually try to input some more information such as our cost index. which is 25 today. I actually kind of messed it up a little bit, and cruising altitude is 370. Surfer weight, we're not there yet. Let's see, so we're planning 13.6 and fuel plan, so then it's around 6. There we go. Reserve 6 tons of fuel, so 6 tons of fuel we will have on our reserve. Okay, let's go here. Oh, is that a train? Okay, that's cool. Let's go and uncage our standby instrument. That should do the trick. For some odd reason, it's not doing the trick, so that's good. We can go and turn on this hydraulic pump, even though I don't think. Okay, there we go. Let's go into pressurization panel. We're really close to the ground, so pretty much we can just go and reduce this to 0, and that is currently the plan. I think the altitude there is like extremely close to 0, so let's actually check that real quick. TNCM. Let's hope that I'm not having a cut mic right now. Okay, that's good. So far frames are excellent, like really great indeed. Not a single frame issue, so that's honestly great. That's partly why, well, that is the reason why I really switched, because I can't with the bad frame rates. Okay. QNH1015, so let's go and get that set up. This should be uncaged. For some odd reason it's not uncaging. So this is a tad awkward. Oh, okay, never mind that. How do you uncage this again? Like, I know on the Concorde, is it on the Concorde? Oh no, on the Cibo. You have to like pull something out and then they'll do the trick, but this one is not the things, so that is quite odd indeed. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to check that one out. Actually, let's go ahead and do maintenance mode real quick, just to pretty much get that checked out. Let's go into ground maintenance. Okay, that looks good. Our hydraulic quantities are refilled. No luck here. Let's go into status page. Hydraulic fluids look good, left, right, and center. QNH is, let's go and get that set up. Kilo Mike India Alpha, 5 feet above sea level. Welcome to Miami. There we go. QNH is 3018. 3018. That's set. Looks good. And what else do we have to do? Let's also go ahead and set that up around here. 3018. Okay, looks really good indeed. Frame rates are looking also really good indeed. We're currently just waiting on the aircraft to be completely loaded. So let's actually go into the Avi tab, not this one. Let's go down here. Let's go and go into Unicom, since we are actually on we're on VATSIM right now. So let's actually go and set this one, and that's our communication set up. Squawk 2000. We don't have active ATC. File our flight plan, since that is what we're gonna do so far. Let's do no file. Okay, cool. Let's open up Atlanta. Alright. America 1475 looks good. Let's go and fetch from server right now. That looks good. 370 Lima. We are not a heavy, even though we're 757, which is kind of like in wake turbulence terms, it is considered a heavy, which is kind of interesting to say least. So we have a A319 to our left. We have a, what is this plane? A Max. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, so that's an A319 there, and then I think the Max just disconnected. That's cool. Yeah, pretty much Miami's empty right now, and at least on VATSIM wise, so that's great. Let's go ahead and look at let's do a cabin tour real quick, since we have around, let's see, 1 minute until the Iris aligns. Okay, in that case, let's actually go ahead and start planning a pushback. We're taking 08 right, so it means we're gonna have to start pushing back facing. Let's see. Okay, so we have to push back facing west, I think. It's actually south in my opinion. Yeah, it's south, but you know, we're pushing back facing this way. Okay, let's try to line it up with the line. And there we go. Going straight up to 370, we don't have any ATC to tell us that we can't. And I don't think we will have any problems regarding traffic, since there really aren't that many aircraft here at Miami right now. So flight charters 1 and 2 coming on. LNAF, okay, not required yet. They'll come online any second now. Let's actually go ahead and check this one out real quick. Ground and everything, plane is loaded. Okay, so if we wait, that's set up. Takeoff, we're doing flaps 15 for departure. Thrust, we're doing toga, because why not? Actually, we could do 5.5. 5.5 CG 4.1 on the trim, and then V speeds in the box. Cool. Let's actually go and, okay, what am I doing? Okay, 4.1 is our trim. 4 point should be trimming, but it's not. Okay, we don't have. Okay, we can't trim the aircraft right now. My bad. Okay, we're pretty much set. Let's actually go and start up APU so we can get this bird up and away. So let's actually go and get this set up. C plus signs on looks good. Set this to both. Set these on. So far we should be good. Let's actually go and monitor the APU startup here. Okay, it's starting up. Looks really good indeed. For a second I thought that the flight factor getting these pop-out screens, at least at 777, was like a flight factor 777 only feature, but I got the 757 and now I realize that it is not a 777 exclusive feature. Since you're doing token, we can just go ahead and click on that. Cargo doors and everything looks good. Let's go ahead and close everything. Doors and hatches, we'll wait for the APU to come online, and I think it might have just come online, so that's great. Let's actually go into, we're running Rolls-Royce winglets today, so that is how we roll. Let's go into doors and hatches. All of you can go away. Looks good. Fuel pumps on, APU is available, and disconnect. Looks good. APU bleed also online. There we go. We have packs online. Let's go and pressurize the cabin and auto 1. I'll go and turn on these. They'll turn on automatically. Same with all of these. So that's also with these. Okay, cool. There we go. Looks good. Red lights and white lights coming online. Looks good so far. I think we should be set up so far. Doors and hatches are closed. We'll just wait for the ground vehicles to pretty much vacate. But I think the moment the tug decides to drive up, they'll be pretty much vacated, so they really shouldn't be a problem. So let's actually just go ahead and focus on getting more of these ground vehicles away. Pushback operation, fuel truck, K-config, air conditioning unit, away. Looks good so far. We just have this one person that unfortunately will be run over due to the fact that they're standing in the path of the pushback truck, but we're not going to watch. There's this traffic cone too, but you know, it's a traffic cone. Alright, looks good so far. Let's go up here. Ground power not available anymore. We can go ahead and we have the beacon lights online, so that means the ground workers know that we're going to move. So if anything happens, it's on them. Let's see. APU's available. Everything does look good. Let's actually turn off the packs. Just to pretty much be ready for our fully engine start. Let's go and start up LNAV, VNAV. Looks good. I think now that we have hydraulic quantity, we can go and start trimming the aircraft to 4.1. So it looks like 4.1 looks good. Let's go into keyboard joystick. I hate how Flight Factor does this, that you pretty much have to assign the brakes to like another command, which is like, it's okay, but like it'd be a lot cooler if it was just default, so I wouldn't have to pretty much every single time I decide to do that, it would have to do that. Okay, that's odd. So we can't uncage it manually, like we have to pretty much let it do itself automatically, or it might just be because we didn't have hydraulic quantity, but I'm not putting my bets on that. So let's go down here. We're pretty much set so far. Precision takeoff. We're doing pretty much toga for today. We forgot to do a bunch of tests, like, you know, overhead lights tests. I think, where do you do this? I've never really done that on this aircraft, to be honest. Like, I know, like, the way I treat the 757 is the way I treat a 737. Exactly the same. In my opinion, the 757 is just a, oh, what did I just go? Okay, that's a flaps. But yeah, pretty much in my opinion, I just think the 757 is just a larger 737. Of course, like its own operational, let's see, operational differences, such as, you know, the fact that this one can have Rolls-Royce RB211s, which in my opinion are a lot more powerful than CFM 56-7B. Okay, 7B. Okay, that's the one. I'll start up engine number 2. That's how we do it here. Everything does look good. Let's go and monitor the engine. Monitor this in a manner that we can go and introduce fuel the moment this one gets closer. Especially we want to monitor this one and wait for that to reach around 20%. I normally on the 737 I introduce fuel around the 15% mark, but go ahead and set that up when that is around the purple line. Looks good. The engine gauge temperature on this aircraft really decides to spike up extremely fast, but don't think we have any traffic to worry about, so we should be fine. There's engine number 2. The electrical generator for engine number 2 is coming online. We don't have any fuel in the center tank, so it looks good. Let's go ahead and set that. Okay, now it's fully available. We're going to wait for our engine to stabilize, and then we'll pretty much start up engine number. We'll start up engine number, what's it called? Engine number 1, yeah. we don't have 4 engines, unfortunately. Looks good. That looks semi-stable now, but I'm gonna wait for it to get stable, and then we'll start up engine number 1, and then that should do the trick. 20% looks good. That stability, I'm calling it there. It's really, really slow now. Let's go and set this to ground, and there goes engine number 1. Let's go down here, go ahead and wait for that to reach the purple mark. I think if you had like something like the honeycomb yoke, you should be able to, well, the honeycomb throttle, I mean, you should be able to pretty much do that. But let's go and watch this engine start. Okay, so I think that the engines are already completed, so let's actually go down here. We have that set up so far, so that's good. Parking brake set, there we go. Screens are flashing, that's good. And we have everything set up. I don't know why the ground power is connected. We're going to wait for the left engine hydraulic pump to come online. There we go, and we can go and turn off the APU. Let's go ahead and turn this on, off, and off. Now we're pretty much set up so far. We don't need this anymore. We'll turn on the, let's see, what do we need? We're currently waiting on the guy to pretty much disconnect the throttle so far. Well, the chuck's down there, so let's actually try to get some charts set up so far. Let's go down here. Miami traffic, American 1475, radio check. Roger, thank you. Okay, there's our call. For some odd reason I can't hear anything right now. Let me hopefully check out if I don't have a hot mic. Okay, that's good. Airport diagram, let's go and get that set up. We're pretty much just going to take November all the way. I've flown into this airport way too much because it's my home airport, so okay. Wait for the guy to call that, and let's go and turn on the taxi lights when the guy is ready. Miami traffic, American 1475, taxiing to runway 8 right via November to holding point Mike 1. There's a call. We should get the bypass pin removed message in just a minute. Let's go and look that in just a minute. Okay, there it is. Slowly introduce some power. Let's go and get the joystick out of the floor and run away. Man, I love these RB211. It's like you can't hear it, but like I got the sound mod. It's not Mango Studio, since apparently they don't make the best sound pack so far. So, oh, don't tell me I have a hot mic. Okay, cool. Okay, I don't have a hot mic. Okay, let's go and lower the flaps to flaps 15. Auto brake RTO. We should be moving, but we're not moving. Okay, really, really slowly. Let's go and introduce some more power now, and we should be on our way. What reason am I running? Okay, Plex. Okay, I made my own, but I think that one's a bit too powerful, so I only use it for selective occasions, such as at night. Let's go and turn right on here, and we'll pretty much join November all the way to holding point Mach 1. Looks good so far. Really, really powerful engines this aircraft has. Like, it's RB211, the 747 used it, the 757 used it, I think the 767 also used it, but I think that's the only ones that used it, I think. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hoping I don't have a hot mic, because last time I was flying into Reagan, pretty much. What happened? Oh, I don't want to cut anybody off. Okay, cool. But yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I pretty much attempted the river visual, but I was flying the Embers. Let's see, the SSD Ember. I really don't like that aircraft at all. 5x5. But yeah, I was flying. Okay, cool. You're welcome. But yeah, I was flying the SSD Embers into Reagan, and I gotta say that my attempt at the river visual was honestly really, really terrible. But nevertheless, I made it down there, and you know, I turned out to have a hot mic all the way through New York Center, which is the worst. You can't have a hot mic on that sim. It's really, really bad. And in real life, since you'll be blocking vital communications that the air traffic control should be having with the um, pilots, and not the, you know, just you blocking it with a hot mic. But I'm sure they do tend to happen quite often in real life. Like I think I was like tuning on to like Miami Center in real life, not flying of course, but pretty much just tuning on there just pretty much check out what's going on in Miami, tower and all, but they were just static. So it's kind of interesting because like if you don't have that, they I don't think there's a way to eliminate hot mic. I don't think you can turn off a mic from a frequency or you can boot a frequency from a frequency. So it's kind of like a really weird scenario there. Okay, looks good. Beacon lights. Let's go and turn this one on. We can go and turn red lights, white lights. Looks good. Looks good so far. For so much reason, ground power is available, so that's kind of odd. Let's see. We're in November now, and we're actually gonna go into Quebec now, so that's cool. Is that an aircraft over there? That's not an aircraft. Okay, cool. Yeah, Miami is pretty empty, and I decided to pretty much turn off the labels here to increase realism. So let's actually just turn them on just to pretty much see what aircraft we have around there. So we have American, we have Papa Hotel Sierra Golf Kilo, then we have another American there, so that's cool. Just pure Americans here in Miami. Cool. It's actually a little bit too fast for my liking. Let's actually go ahead and find the center line once again. I would say that I really don't have to be realistic since already flying this route is kind of unrealistic since American retired the 757s like in 2020 because a certain pandemic. But yeah, complete cruise page. We'll just verify that. Speed restriction, we don't need that. Transition altitude. Okay, everything does look good. I never really check it because it's always set up. Let's actually go and get the weather radar right now. So let's go ahead and do a quick weather radar test. Just realized that I don't have it set to my navigation thing here, so let's go and set this to map. Wait for it to complete and I'll pretty much be ready for departure. RTO looks good. Auto throttle will arm that. I don't think there should be any aircraft there. I think we have labels on, so shouldn't be a problem. Let's go and turn this one off and turn these on. Looks good. And let's go ahead and hold right here. That looks good. Let's go and set this to weather and turbulence. That should be pretty much set up so far. There's a weather radar coming online, so it's honestly quite great indeed. Don't think there are any aircraft on final, so let's go and make our call. FMS message, parking brake. Okay, that's cool. Miami traffic, American 1475, taking off from Sierra 8 right, and we'll be flying the SIT Skips 2. Okay, cool. Alright, that was really bad call, but we're good so far. Everything does look good. Passengers, I will go and ping them at the back. That's not what I wanted. Okay, we can't do that. Okay, cool. Looks good so far. Okay, so I just realized like my current solution, like it works, but it's not like the best solution. So, like performance-wise, we haven't had a single stutter, which makes me really happy. But unfortunately, for some odd reason, you haven't been able to like hear the engines, which is like really odd. But the moment we get up in the air, we'll definitely like get a cruise, and we'll pretty much start showcasing everything, such as a BR pack screen and everything that I've been working on for. I think I did this like a long time ago, but I haven't really streamed in the past time. So let's go and spool them up around. Let's set this right around here. Spool them up to around 50%. That's decent. Wait for them to stabilize. Looks good. And toga. Trying to maintain a center line here. Looks good so far. 100. We're definitely going to be doing toga. It's definitely not required here at Miami International Airport, but you know, I don't know how to use the system there to at least calculate how much runway there. So just open with toga. There's our V1 call. Slightly rotate the joystick, and we're up. There we go. Let's actually go and focus on the aircraft now. Looks good of a departure. Starting our turn here. There's an American down below us. Miami traffic, American 1475. Clear of all active runways, and we're climbing the Skips 2 to flight level 370. What if we do a departure this way? Never. I don't think anybody's done that. Flaps 1. It's freaking epic. So I have yet to actually do it. Like I'm manually flying the aircraft, so it's actually trying to follow the magenta line so far. Um, Doing a takeoff and flyby in the passenger's view. That's definitely a first for me. Oh, we're actually gonna do a co-pilot landing, cause why not? There's Miami down there. Let's actually go ahead and pretty much get the autopilot online, and that should do the trick. And there we go. Hands off with the aircraft currently. I don't think we need the. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're far. Yeah, we're good so far. Let's go and do this for now. Nice little flyby. Looks good. There's the Miami downtown going down there. So it's actually okay. That's a US one there. I think the I-95 should be to our left. There's the I-95. Pretty much is all the way up to Canada actually. So this pretty much goes all the way through the East Coast, all the way into Canada. So it's good. And then we have like a bunch of stuff there. We have the American Airlines Arena, Frost Museum, Miami Children's, and then we have like a Japanese garden here. So it's cool. Flying through the clouds, let's actually check our temperature real quick. We have 15, so it's not required. The thing I pretty much just go for every single time I decide to put on anti-icing is that are we pretty much is the temperature outside less than 10 degrees. If it is, then we'll definitely turn on anti-icing. But if it's not, there's absolutely no need for that in my opinion. Cool. Really cloudy departure out of here. Let's actually try to turn on real weather. I decided to like kind of refrain myself from kind of turning it on, mostly due that essentially speaking it would kill my frames because my clouds they're not that good. Like they're definitely good, like they're definitely mediocre, but it's more or less like should I really or should I not? But let's departure out of here. Let's go ahead and do what view can we do? We can do this view. It's pretty bright around here. Looks good so far. I love this view though. It's quite cloudy in here. Pressurization is looking good so far. You can actually check that in this little panel. You can turn on equipment cooling. Oh no, that's overriding equipment cooling if you wanted to. I don't understand why you would want to do that, but you know, there's always a reason for that switch. Let's do this view, and pretty much we'll just pretty much climb up to our cruising altitude, and there's the Miami Sun coast going down there. Cool. Man, I gotta say, this is such a beautiful departure. It's actually gonna take a screenshot there. Cool. Okay, so I think we might actually be getting a little bit of stutters here, but it's not that much. It's definitely a lot better than last time. So we'll see. I'm definitely blaming on the simulator. Like it's definitely kind of really heavy on performance due to these clouds and stuff. I'm planning on getting X Enviro when they bring it out on sale. 3 likes, guys. Thank you very much. Stream is does it tell you here? It's usually like it literally is using 3% of the CPU, so it's really good on frame so far. We're actually about to reach this as a 370. I think we have an altitude restriction. Never mind, we're trying to climb up there. We're at 10,000. It's going to set the QNH to standard 12992. There we go. You don't have a standard button on this circuit, unfortunately, since it is really old. 2992 looks good. Let's go and check this out. Altitude disagree, that's fine. We forgot to the first officer's side. So let's go and set this up right here. 2992, and then it's pretty much our departure so far, and we're out of here. I just kind of love how quickly this aircraft like it climbs, because it's like a 757. It's really freaking versatile. So let's go and do this. What if I switch this over here? No, I don't like it. I like the good graphics more, so let's actually go back into this. Alright, we're definitely gonna have to pretty much recheck our graphics and stuff, because for some odd reason they're really heavy in performance too, but I would say that, oh my god, that's beautiful. Yeah, I would say that pretty much for some rather odd reason audio's not popping up, which is honestly quite disappointing, since it's really good. um, yeah, it definitely is like audio, like it definitely is a capturing software. Like it's not my simulator now, since I'm using window capture, and like it makes stuff like really laggy, even though it isn't. But that's just pretty much like an XPLANE problem, since I'm running Vulkan and I just pressed Y. I don't know what that Y did, but we'll definitely check that out. 14,000 feet climbing looks good. We can go and turn these off. And you know what? I heard that every single time you pass around 10,000 feet, you turn off the seatbelt signs. Let's go and turn that off. I don't know if that's particularly realistic, but we'll see. So let's see. The part at Miami, we're actually about to fly through these through this cloud layer. So that's honestly going to be really, really good indeed. Let's go into TNCA since that is pretty much our rival airport. TNCM. I think the C stands for pretty much Caribbean, so I'll be like, I don't think so. Yeah, it's T and then it's something else, because like you have TJSA, so T is the abbreviation that they give the airports in the Caribbean. So you have TFFR, which is Guadeloupe. I've flown into Guadeloupe way too many times. It's a really interesting island to say at least. We'll get the RNAV here. We'll get the airport map here. I will actually check on the approach. Okay, let's go and look at the arrival. Aluba 1, that's the only one that's there. Let's see. So we pretty much have to be around, let's see. Okay, looks good. We have this, but that's different. That is another airport. Alright, so hopefully, I think since it's a 757, we could afford to pretty much not go the entirety of the runway. But I think the last time we actually flew here was with the 747, so we did actually end up kind of using up the entirety of the runway, so that's honestly great. So in that case, we'll pretty much just plan out to do Ultra Break 1, vacate, do this thing, and then essentially just go and park at the apron and then go into replay mode. Arrival so far, let's go ahead and look at this. So we have the RNAV. Well, we're using RNAV. I don't think this aircraft has an ILS. Even if it did, it'd be like really weird to position one. But you know, there's no problem in RNAV, so we'll see. So at Avaki we have to be at 2,600, heading 095, and then at Lesser heading 1. Okay, same heading 096, so 1,700 feet, and then from there we pretty much just engage a 3-degree descent all the way there into runway 10, and then our decision point is at Mapon. If we're not ready to land, then we'll pretty much just go around, and that'll pretty much be the trick. We have LNAV load 1 below, so we'll go ahead and set that to 770. Set that so far so we don't have to worry about that later. Looks good. You know, I actually wanted to do this trip in what airport is that? There's no way that's Nassau. I refuse to believe that's Nassau. It's like there's like a bunch of private jets down there, so that's honestly quite great. There we go. Clear the clouds. Looks really good indeed. Don't understand why it's so I guess dark in the cabin. So let's actually try to change a reshade into a, let's do Black's version 2 since that's the one I created. Okay, I'll just leave it on PLX 1. This one is like still mine, but I decided to modify some stuff, so I would say semi-mine, but we'll see. Looks good so far, so let's see. What do we have to do? We don't have to mess around with this panel so far, so we can pretty much go into the init and everything. We can do 1 through 0. That looks good so far. We'll pretty much check that out right before the send, and that should be a trick. Yeah, so far frames are really good indeed, apart from that one thing, but I think everything does look good. I think we might have a problem here. Let's actually go and set this to automatic. I had it set to north. I don't understand. I think that's cold, warm, and then that's neutral. I'm assuming. I don't know honestly. I think there should be stuff there, but we're actually about to pass Skips, which is our final waypoint for our star so far. Let's actually go and check out Volante real quick. But the moment we reach cruise altitude, we will go ahead and start checking out the overlay that I have. Okay, so it's Alistown. Okay, so those are not private jets. That's a junker. A junker, if you want to call it. Okay, that's cool. And then that's a Cessna. Okay, cool. But yeah, we're about to reach Skips, which is I think an island actually. Yeah, Skips is an airport. It's Cat K Airport. That's cool. They'll pretty much just go all the way down there. I think Yankee 280 airway all the way into Slugo, and then I'll do the trick, and then we'll pretty much fly over. Yeah, we'll pretty much have full ATC coverage all the way into Sint Marteen apart from this little sector here. But you never know, maybe Bahamas will be generous and they'll come online. Okay. Houston Center's online. This area is like really online. Like this sector, so we have LA, Albuquerque, and pretty much Houston Center, like they're always online. To be honest, like there's not a single day when they're not online. Like Miami Center, like I understand, but these people are always there, you know. And I think New York Center too. And okay, Gander's cool. Yeah, we definitely have to fly back to the A350. That was a flop of a stream, to be honest. But yeah, we'll go back here. Let's actually try to start working out some stuff. And let's see, what do we have here? 8 APUs off. Okay, looks good. Let me get some water real quick. Gotta hydrate. And I'm back. So, pretty much 757 here. Let's see. 1,000 feet to go. Looks really, really good indeed. At a cruising altitude so far. For now, pretty much it's just being at this cruising altitude. So, if I could get some of you guys to help me out on stuff, like tell me how audio is, what I can improve, what can I make worse, since it's too good, don't do that. Since, if it's good, it's good. If it's good, it could be better. That's gonna be my point to stuff like that. What is this guy flying? Ah, it's P3D. Concorde. Is that an FS Labs? That looks highly, highly realistic, but that looks like real life, but it might just be P3D since P3D is definitely looking really, really good indeed. So, um, let's see, what can I do here? So let's try to go into studio mode. I don't like the overlay here. It definitely could be better, like chat here. I don't know how that works. Like, I'd like to have it here, like something that would pop on there, like it'd be like Streamlabs and stuff, but I don't really see it as a, that big of an issue. So let's see. So it's actually tried to, let's see, work on audio. Okay, so currently you cannot hear audio, which is kind of really, really odd indeed. Let's try to go into defaults. There we go. Does that do the trick? That does not do the trick. That's great. Default earphones. Let's see. Okay. So you guys can at least look at the flight. Let me actually try to turn this one on. Set this one to something a little bit smaller, such as this one. I will try to do a view like so. What's the view we can do? Because like we have full ortho coverage for like the entirety of the flight. The thing is that it's kind of like a tad unfortunate since clouds exist, which is one of the main reasons why, making orthos is not the best solution since they'll just end up being covered by clouds. But we'll just see. We'll just set this up in a manner that we can barely hear the aircraft. And let's go ahead and get this set up. Okay, let's try to get the HC Vulcan set up a little bit better so we can be at least half of the screen so far. But let's actually go ahead and look at this. Okay. I might just want to Google it. We have 3 likes, 2 people watching. Cool. Aviation Master, if you're watching, welcome to the stream. Long time no see. The stream, like, it's 1080p. Like, there's no need for it to be 1080p. Like, it kind of is like a tad. Like, it really is overkill in my opinion, mostly because it's these peeps. Cool. It's not Thanksgiving, is it? Yeah, it's not Thanksgiving. But if it is, happy Thanksgiving. Okay. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving. I heard that's really, really popular. So yeah. So we have around 1 hour and 56 minutes to go. So around 2 hours of flight time remaining. We're going to be flying over the Turks and Caicos. Skirting around the Puerto Rican coastline and then pretty much starting a descent down into what do you call it again? Sint Marteen. Sint Marteen, the famous airport where all the 747s want to land, but unfortunately the biggest aircraft they get so far is just I think A340s don't fly there anymore. It's just A330s, which is kind of pathetic. It it definitely isn't built to handle a 747, but it definitely had 747s flying in. Like you had Corsair, you had Air France, or should I say Air France, and you had not British, but you had KLM, since it was it's kind of like French and Dutch. Like a lot of islands in the Caribbean. Like, well, look at Guadeloupe. That one is a French island. I think it's part of because like the French have is it part of France? I don't know. I think it's like autonomous or something. But yeah. Because like if you go to Aruba, it's quote unquote its own country, but despite that, I think it's partly Dutch because like it goes down to like colonial times. Let me go and close my door. Oh my God. All right, cool. But yeah, there's a lot of islands in the Caribbean. Like let's see, what's a good prime example? Um, so Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. Well, they're not part of Spain, so I shouldn't make that analogy. So yeah, just islands in general, like Martinique. I think Martinique. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna call it Martinique. We've actually flown a stream in there with the A350 Air Caribbean hops, and we actually ended up in Caracas, which is I've actually flown into Simón Bolívar International Airport. Same was what's it called again? Arturo Michelena International Airport, which is a famous painter from I think the times when Simón Bolívar took over, like we were about to, because like Simón Bolívar is pretty much the equivalent of George Washington, at least in South America. Like he pretty much liberated the Gran Colonia, if you want to call it that way, like Venezuela, Colombia, I'm not too, I guess, familiar in like the entirety of the story, but I know like he was among the liberators that liberated at least countries from colonial ruling, such as Spain, Portugal, and stuff like that. I think Portugal came around like really, really old. Like I think I heard once that like the king of Portugal was living in Brazil, which is interesting to say the least. But yeah, definitely. Alright, so back to this, enough of geography or whatever it's called. For some odd reason, audio's not popping up, so let's try to look at this. Like, this is not working. Properties, filters. Let's try to add a modifier here. Add expander gain. Okay, we'll do gain. Gain. Okay. No luck. Okay, we'll just delete that then. But yeah, I just want to say that it'd be a lot cooler if like this could be figured out a lot simpler now. Since it is kind of a little bit odd to try to look at this so far. How's audio, by the way? No luck. Okay, we'll just delete that then. But yeah, I just want to say that it'd be a lot cooler if like this could be figured out a lot simpler now. Yeah, I definitely have to get a better microphone. Like in my opinion, like there's something about my damn microphone. Let me try to play my own voice. Okay. Let's go and turn it. Not face cam. We're not doing that yet. As a matter of fact, we're actually doing a trip report on the 17th. More details on that later. It's gonna be like really, really interesting because ever since I started streaming, I said, okay, I'll do a face reveal when I reach around, well, not subs and stuff because like that's how we're gonna happen. But yeah, pretty much I said that if we like if my first trip report, I'll do a face reveal. I'm kind of like semi reconsidering it, but yeah, we'll see. We still have like around. I still have like let's see. So we have like okay, so we have like 3 weeks, or at least I have 3 weeks to do it. Person told me like don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm like okay. So I'll definitely like rethink it because it's stuff that you really didn't think that was gonna happen, but it happened. So it's weird. Okay, headphones, audio. Ah, there's our problem. So it's set to my Oculus Quest. We don't want that. And then I think that should be audio. That didn't fix anything. That's great. Corsair, earphone, default, headset earphone, apply. Okay, that is no luck. That's great. But let's actually turn on this. Let's go ahead and do a quick recording. So where's camera at? Okay, let's do a video. Hello everybody, welcome back to another live stream. We're flying the Airbus A350 today, even though we're not actually flying it. This is just a test, and that is it. That's food. We don't want that. Today, even though we're not actually flying it, this is just a test, and that is it. Hello everybody, welcome back to another live stream. We're flying the Airbus A350 today, even though we're not actually flying it. This is just a test, and that is it. Yeah, so yeah, the point being is that my microphone definitely sounds like really, really odd compared to like that. It definitely is something that I should really, really reconsider. Yeah, so the point being. But yeah, I'll definitely try to reconsider. Let's actually go and turn that off. Audio is still not being worked on. I wish Fly Guy was here to help me out since he's actually the reason why I moved here. He told me, oh yeah, your streams are terrible. We didn't say it that way, but it pretty much was like, okay, your streams are like your audio could be better. Like I just told him, like, okay, I have frame issues, and the guy was like, okay, I'll pretty much show you this. Okay, get OBS. I have a 3070, and it pretty much saved me around 10 FPS, which is kind of monumental. And it was like a no, not a 1070, a 3070, which is a really, really powerful graphics card. So let's start go and set that up. So let's go into settings. Let's go into stream, output, audio, apply. Yeah, it's set up, so I don't understand that. So we can just go and set that to disabled, and then we can go and set this to earphone. No luck. We could possibly set that to speakers. That's not going to do anything. But yeah, definitely trying to get that figured out. So we'll just do earphones since that's what we're using. The K meter. I did try getting something like audio mixers or whatever it's called, but that never came into fruition. So we're just pretty much cheating with that. So no luck yet. We can try to go into properties. That should be device. Yeah, that's a device. I don't understand this. It's kind of odd. Vertical layout. That's cool. Now we don't need vertical layout. Let's go ahead and look at this. I'll just Google it. Like they say, Googling never hurts. So try to see audio on OBS is not working. Wow, powerful tool. You don't need to unmute OBS. Oh! Oh my god, I'm stupid. I had this problem before, so let me actually go and check this out. Hi, sir. There we go. I think that's our problem. Let's see. Okay, that's a problem fixed. Okay, I had the problem before on Streamlabs. I had OBS extremely low, so let's actually try to do an audio test now just to verify that all is good. Audio should be working now, so that's really good indeed. I don't want to be too quiet now, so let's actually check this out. Is better audio? It's really loud. Okay, so it should be a little bit lower. Let's try to set this to around 15.6. 16.2 should do the trick, I think. Okay, that's really loud indeed, but I think audio setup now, there's nothing to see here. It's just ocean, clouds, and dolphins, if you want to say dolphins, if you really wanted to. But there should be like a lot of dolphins here. I think I've actually flown into this airport before. Oh, no, I remember that one time I flew into this airport because this guy was like, okay, we'll fly the SAB 340, and I was like, okay, I don't have that. I'll just fly the... What aircraft did I end up flying? I can't remember. Oh, I flew the CJ4. Okay, there we go. Um, let's see. How's audio now? Going to set this a bit lower. Now let's try to balance it in a matter that works. 3.7. Okay, that looks definitely better now. Okay, looks really good indeed. 3 people watching. Okay, I think audio should be fixed so far. You guys want to work on the... let's see. Let's do right next to the aircraft. How loud is that? Okay, that is really loud. Okay, let's go ahead and... let me go and check the stream real quick. Like, I should definitely have done this off camera, but we'll just see how well that goes. Okay, never mind, it's fine. It's a tad loud for me, but it definitely is doable. So let's go ahead and look at the cockpit. We're doing 250 knots, Mach 0.77, flight level 340. Fuel until landing, we might actually... Okay, we have 5.1, so... I'm going to do what's called a pro gamer move. Let's see. We should start to accelerate. Let's do 0.82. Cruise. Let's cruise like a. Oh, we can do 0.8. Okay, let's get it then. Can we do 0.85? I don't think we can. That's too much in my opinion. 0.85, 0.83, 0.83 looks good. Okay, do 0.3 for now. Shouldn't be a problem. We don't have any traffic in front of us, and I think the fuel impact shouldn't be that big of an issue. Like it's only like it's going to take off like at least 2 tons and. Where's the fuel efficiency when you're flying a 757? You pretty much lost that ages ago. But let's actually go back into overlay and capture. Let's go into... I wish I could make this a tad bigger, like... Make these little things, like at least the tabs a bit bigger. So let's try to go into this larger here. I think that should do the trick. Snap that into place. Go away. And that should be the trick. Okay, so far everything does look good so far. Cruising altitude looks really good indeed. TNCM 5.1 nautical miles. No, not nautical miles. I definitely messed it up. But the point being is that we are kind of cruise altitude. We've got around 350 nautical miles until we pretty much reach that one waypoint. I don't think the range reaches there. So it's just ocean. It's just waves, dolphins. Sharks until we reach there. It's one of the downsides, or at least in flying around the Caribbean, because it's pretty much just ocean, and you do have the occasional island and all, but you really don't get anything when you fly around the Caribbean Sea. So we'll just see. But yeah, we pretty much have around 1 hour and 40 minutes until we touch down into the Caribbean. Oh, not the Caribbean. Sint Marteen. But I think audio looks good so far. Let's go and check this out real quick. Okay, that's great. Okay, so I have the audio how I want it to be, so that is honestly quite great. I was actually planning on doing like a trip report this Thanksgiving, but like that's never gonna happen. prices are absolutely, like, they're higher than the Concorde's cruising altitude, if you want to put it that way. We have that set, but I don't think we can't use that since VATSIM doesn't really utilize HF when you're flying across the ocean. They actually decided to be unrealistic and use VHF, but I'm sure they're definitely working on trying to get that set up. But I think one of like the main features of this is that the seat moves. Yeah, it moves. Okay, cool. But yeah, it's also like not good in my opinion, because then you get like glitched out and then you can't move up, which is not really that well. So let's actually try to look out here. Let's do a cockpit tour. Test, we have everything here. We don't really need that, and we're not going to use it in cruise altitude. Overhead panel, circuit breakers. I don't think. I think this circuit breaker here is the only one that works. We do in fact have these. Okay, let's try this one. Yeah, the captain's one works. Like, I'm assuming the other one would work if you're flying with a shared cockpit plugin, but I do not have the monetary funds to buy that. So let's go into unlock and let's go ahead and do a cabin tour. I'm actually quite stupid for that. We don't need to do that. I can just pretty much glitch my way back here. Alright, so in my opinion, I think the Flight Factor 757's cabin is rather well done. You have a window here, so it's even better. That's like 10 times better than I9 builds. I'm kidding. The I9 build is like on another level in my opinion, but it's decent. It's Flight Factor. I believe like their 767 and 757 products are the best that they've done. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, we have a cabin here. Livery is by J Aviation. I did not make this livery, even though it looks fairly easy to make. It's bare metal. I definitely have to make a livery with what do you call it? Shininess. I'm gonna call it shininess. But yeah, we have air vents here. Seating configurations 2-2, and then you have 3-3 all the way back there. Yeah, it really does look like a 737 to be honest. Really does look, but yeah, toilets are not working, so you're gonna have to hold it until we land if you need to go. But yeah, let's see, we have a wing there, we have detail there, but yeah, overall I would really recommend this aircraft. But I think Flight Factor is gonna set up a new standard of flight simulation, even better than I9 builds when they decide to release a 777 and 787 series. I think those are definitely top of the line so far. Like, I think the Totus A340 is mediocre. Like, I don't understand, because like I've pretty much started to move towards a anti-X-Plane viewpoint and X-Plane simulate and X-Plane, mostly because I think there's like an entire whole other standard the moment you move to P3D. Like, everything for some odd reason looks better in P3D. Like, weather I think does look good, environment looks even better, and aircraft, don't get me even started. We have the 787 from Quality Wings, PMDG products, like we have actually some for some freighter. Dash 400 freighter in PMDG, the only problem is the price point, but as people have told me many times before, is okay, don't get the P3D, it's going to be quite irrelevant at the moment. All of those products, because all of the developers I think so far have confirmed, at least Quality Wings and PMDG, they've pretty much confirmed that their products will be moving to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, since it is the future. Like, look at the Team VFR, like they're pretty much working on let's see, they're working on GSX for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. They already brought like some weird thing. They're like, okay, we're gonna ship you not an actual GSX, we're gonna give you like custom objects and stuff, which is I don't really agree with that. Like, you can just get liveries for that, but you know, definitely when GSX drops, that's gonna be great. I think they also decided to release something that is kind of like a better. No, I don't think they did. Okay, never mind. I think, because like I remember seeing some person like release something that makes all of the terminals at the airport like more or less complex. So you'll have stuff like the let's see, the glass terminals there, like not glass terminals, but the glass jetways there, for I think like $10. So definitely see that. I haven't made a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 video in a really long time, to be honest. And that is with reason, because I'm currently waiting on the A380 by fly-by-wire. Yeah, Fires, welcome to the stream, man. We're flying the 757 today to Sint Marteen. Hope all is well, dude. Unfortunately, you remember what I think, wait, was that, oh no, that wasn't you. Let me check something out, because I remember you telling me something like some guy, oh, that is, I think it was like an Insane Notes Cancer fundraiser. Okay, that wasn't you. But yeah, I'm actually gonna be going up to Knoxville. I think I might be going down in car, but I asked my parents if I could pass by. Let's see. What's that place called? The place where we make the 787s, Charleston. Right, Charleston. So I asked them and they told me no, that's too much of a deviation, you can't go there. So you know, it's off the list. But I was actually planning on going there pre-pandemic because I had a field trip to Seattle. That got cancelled unfortunately due to COVID. Damn you, COVID. Um, but yeah, I think the closest I can ever get to at least seeing an aircraft being built is the model aircraft shop, I would say. But yeah, they have a bunch of plants here in the U.S. Like they have, I think they have what's that brand? Because I remember like being, damn it, the time passes so damn fast. I remember like creating this development group called TP Exercise. Now this guy calls it something else, Horizon, whatever you want to call it. They were making like a Piper. Yeah, I actually went over to the Piper place in like I think it was like Vero Beach. But the problem was in South County, like they really had some really bad COVID cases, so couldn't go there. So yeah, and I also passed by the Ember, but you know they're like, no, you can't go there. And I didn't care much because I have something against the Ember. So you know, I believe that if you're gonna fly regional, at least do it right. Right. Let's see, what do we have? So that said, we have this. We don't really need that. You know, a lot of these buttons on board the aircraft I really never really touched, such as this one I try to use more often, but the radio panel, not much to be honest. And this one, no, I don't need it. We have this there, we have weather radar here, we have TCAS online. We haven't turned on TCAS in a really long time. I don't think we need it. Oh, it's going to set test 2 map. We're actually using the, I think we're using the LCD control panel. Yeah, we're using the, let's see, modern EFIS panel, so electronic flight instrument system I'm gonna call it. I don't know if that's the proper acronym for it, but we'll see. We have this online, we don't really need it. Makes you look like a fighter pilot if you want to wear it. I think are there pilots on this? Okay, they're just pretty much basic flight factor ones. Cool. Let's go and turn this off. Let's go and pretty much reuse and get rid of all of our oxygen here. I don't think there's a way to look at their oxygen here. There might be up here in one of these panels, but I don't really know how you can look at that. So, what do you think of the new CRJ for XPLANE-11? I think it's amazing. Like I pretty much see that it's getting a lot of backlash from the community due to the fact that it has a default FMS. But in its defense, like it is really similar to the actual thing, because the default FMS is modeled over the Collins FMS 4200 or something. I can't really remember, but the point being is that it is really close, and if you want a more modern, if you want a more complex system, like there is no need when you already have the default FMS, which is really good. So yeah, that's pretty much just that, to be honest. But yeah, it looks good. Modeling wise looks good. Texture wise looks good. Will I fly it? No. I have the Embers, so yeah, I'll just fly 737 or the Embers. Then it's just like the SSG Embers, because it's just something that I have against them. Like the flight model is so weird. Like you'll have your joystick connected, and then you decide to turn on the autopilot, and then the autopilot automatically like it disconnects because you made like a little hair landed on the joystick, or the joystick had like a fault movement, and then boom, the autopilot's disconnected. It's really bonkers indeed. Like I don't understand this, but that's why I just tend to like pretty much disconnect the throttle and then pretty much fly like that way. Like here I don't have this problem. I think flight controls are stable, so that's great. But yeah, I think it's decent. If I think the only aircraft that I have on my mind right now is the A321s. Like something from Tolis, like maybe the A340, the A320, the A319. But apart from that, I'm trying to move from the flight simulation hobby. Like it even has custom place cards. Fuel usage requirements. What are the place cards? Yeah, I'm trying to move away because that's cool and all, but I just realized that sitting down in a seat for at least 8 hours, being a freaking armchair pilot for like long time, that's not really good user productivity. So yeah. But you have war. Oh, okay, that's okay. Let me check something out. So you have VORs and ADFs. Let's go and check this out. Let's see. We're currently over the Caribbean. We're actually in the Atlantic Sea, I would say, but let's do 281. 281. is this? Okay, this panel is like really, really odd in my opinion. Okay, I don't know how this works, but we'll do 281. 281. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't get it. Like, that's just at least my opinion on that. So let's go into what it is. Like, if you're into like flying regionals with the CRJ, do it. If you're not, then don't do it. But you know, in my opinion, I don't really see a use for that so far. But we have that waypoint all the way over there. We have Haggett over there. I think that should be tuned on. I set it to 80 Fs, but for some odd reason it's not tuning on. Let's see. No luck. Cool. I'm trying to figure this one out because for some odd reason it's not working. So let's try to do this. Okay, cool. It's really, really odd indeed. Feels like I'm cracking a save, to be honest, because I can't figure it out. I think I'm sure that it might just be set to that particular frequency there, but pretty much that's just that. We have a long time to reach here. Let's sort of get some VOR set up, because this one's currently set to automatic. I'll set to manual real quick. Let's see. I'll set it to the cap height 10. I think I mispronounced that. Extremely. What's going on? Hey. What is going on? Well, what is going on? This is weird. Why are we at 40,000 feet? What happened? Hey, aircraft, what happened? So, what just happened? Q&A is standard, so it's kind of odd. This is really, really weird in my opinion. Definitely. What the hell just happened? What just happened? I don't understand this. What just happened? I didn't even modify the freaking Q&H in any particular manner. Like, it just like spasmed. That is so weird. Did I like teleport or something? No, I didn't teleport. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna try something out. Let's do around, let's try to center around 10,000 feet in that manner. We'll see. Okay. This is weird. Okay. This is the weirdest thing ever. Okay, we'll just reconnect that. And we'll try to fly the aircraft once again. Let's see. That is so freaking weird. Like, the aircraft just like spasms out and we like lose our altitude immediately. Let's try to get to a point, so. That is so freaking weird. Okay, we'll try to regain our altitude and everything. That is so weird. Altitude disagree, I don't understand. Yeah, the altitude here is set to 299 too, so I don't understand why the QNH is like messed up. That is so freaking weird. Like, the altitude just like decides to spasm out. I might have clicked something. But like, the aircraft just like weirded out, so that is weird. We'll just pretty much regain control and do 350 knots. That is so weird. Just set this automatic then. Hey, what's going on now? Okay, chill aircraft. You're supposed to be descending, not ascending. This is weird. Okay. Autopilot's on, so let's try to... do 11,000 first. Okay, because like we're actually at flight level 38 here, we cannot do that since we're flying eastbound. So, okay, I would want to do an emergency landing, but the stream must go on, in my opinion. Like, we don't have any opposing traffic on this particular airway, so we really don't have to worry about that. What just happened? Oh, it's some weather updates, isn't it? Yeah, it's weather updates. Cool. Let's just go into clear skies. There we go. That should do the trick so far. That is so freaking weird. So the weather decides to update, and then it decides to pretty much F up my entirety of like the freaking aircraft. So let's try to do 370 once again, VNAV coming online, and then we'll try to get back on our initial cruising altitude of flight 370. That is so freaking weird. So it was a weather problem. Okay. Last time the weather decided to like freak out, that was really odd. Okay, so it's not a flight factor problem, so there's absolutely no need to report that. It's more or less like an XPLANE program, so let's actually try to go back to our initial cruising altitude. We're going to continue on this little flight for now. That was cool. So, speed, flight of 370, the aircraft should stabilize, 29902. What happened? Like, the weather just like decided to spasm out of nowhere. I'm assuming it was like a weather update, so I would like to have at least some certain clouds around here, so let's go ahead and do cirrus, I guess. Yeah, but cirrus are like really bad on frames here, so I don't know why cirrus clouds are always so terrible on frames. Let's go into Avitab. Yeah, they're terrible on frames, so let's try to do a scattered. Okay, that looks better. But yeah, we'll do 370, we'll try to reach our final cruising altitude and everything. That was really freaking weird. But we're pretty much stable now, 370, we're not going to set real weather for the entirety of the flight. I'll definitely go and make a report to at least explain to some person that is qualified to at least understand this particular problem. But yeah, that's definitely really weird. Like the altitude just decided to like spasm out, so yeah. 370 now, that looks good now. We'll continue with our flight so far. We have 1 hour and 29 minutes until we touch down into, let's see, our destination airport, which is TNCM, which is Sint Marteen.Princess Juliana International Airport. And we're actually flying to check out Fly Guys scenery, since I said my next stream will be checking out that scenery, but yeah, that's pretty much just that. So, it's so weird, okay. Gonna put my joystick on the floor once again. Hopefully it's not glitch out. That was really weird indeed, but that shouldn't be a problem now. So far we should be pretty much set up. Right, so far, let's see. 372, we don't have the turbines are on our way. Wind and everything. Ground speed 468, looks good. That was really weird. Okay, back to the point. Let's go ahead and pretty much continue our flight. 370, 129 minutes, 5.1 tons of fuel until that's how much we're gonna have left. These don't work. These end up, as you can see clearly by the sticker. I'm assuming that they don't work due to the fact that they can't really simulate fluids and the way that rain interacts with the rain repellent, since that's how it works in real life. Since you have rain repellent, it pretty much like kind of tells the rain that no, you can't be here, and it's just like it's hydrophobic. There we go. That's what I was looking for. But yeah, we're good now. 4.8, temperature -11. Everything should be set up now. Let's go try to get some service on board. Let's go into in-flight. Let's do PA. Let's go ahead and do drinks and light meal. Okay, so I think I might have killed the freaking flight attendant. Oh no, it's just like really quiet. Let's go into sound. I think I might have to modify that a tad, just to pretty much get that set up. So let's go into the KCM to microphone capture. There's the problem. Master volume, we're going to set the avionics volume off. AP volume off because I'm using a sound pack. That one can stay the same. Cockpit volume off. Air conditioning volume off. In and out off. Cabin crew off. Weather volume. Airport volume off. That looks better now. Let's see. Flight level 370, we have around a 60. We have around 160 nautical miles until we reach the waypoint Haggett. From there, we'll pretty much just continue down on the airway until we reach our pretty much a point in which we'll pretty much just start our descent, which is Slugo. We've got like we have a really long time until we actually reach that. So yeah, go. I want to see if I can get music set up. So let me go into. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get music. Groove music. There we go. Sound like the descent just online, so that's great. Play this. Hopefully that's not too loud. Okay, let me try to find a better way. So let's try to have a media source. Let's try to go ahead and look for this. A open file. How do you find this? Okay, cool. I'll just leave this at this view, and we'll pretty much just continue with our flight so far. It looks good so far. There you go. I think audio should be better now. Sound that good, then we'll try to get that set up better. But I'm gonna leave some music here, and don't know what to say. Okay, so the aircraft is definitely extremely loud. So let me actually go into sound. Master volume. It's going to set up to something along the lines of that. There we go. Excellent. I think audio should be better. Might not be, but also it's way too loud. Alright, no luck on that. Okay, we'll just pretty much turn off the music. Okay, the aircraft is way too loud, so let's try to go into the cockpit view. Guys, you gotta tell me if the audio is bad. Please tell me. I'm always trying to improve my streams, of course. So let's go and check this out. Yeah, it's definitely something that I want to work on, but can't work if no one tells me if something's bad, because I'll just automatically go talking without being told that it's bad or anything. So we go ahead and check this out. Okay, so indoor the aircraft is definitely sounding really good, so that is honestly great. So let's try to check out the outside. It's not gonna be great if it's really bad on frames, so but yep, 370 automatic. We have we can actually press this button as many times as we want, or you can actually get an Easter egg that comes in. Up there we go. There we go. Cool. What happens when you let's put it in its original position. But yeah, pretty much. Okay, cool. But yeah, cruise altitude here. Let's actually try to do a better view. We could do this view. Oh, it's a good view we can do. We'll leave it at. What if we do the final, like the view from the back of the back? Like I typically do on like my A350, but we don't have an A350. We're not flying an A350 at least, so we'll do this view. Cool. Hi. So far that looks good. I'm gonna leave it on this view. I hate how the windows are like some really weird color. So let me try to go. Don't think there's a way to fix that. I think there might be. I think we glitch it through here, go around here, and then that's your view. Okay, that's your view for now. But yeah, pretty much that's your view for now. We are flying the bare metal. We have around 1 hour and 27 minutes until we touch down into Sint Marteen. I think we still have full ATC coverage into Sint Marteen, so let's actually check this one out. We do not. That's great. We do have some aircraft there in Sint Marteen, so we'll definitely have to check that out. No aircraft really. We have like an F-35 there, but there's a high probability that by the way this guy's flying, he's definitely not on that sim. That's good. Let's go ahead and look at this. Yeah, there's nothing to see here. This is this screenshot here is why I want to get P30. Like, it looks so good. The clouds look good. The airport looks good, and I'm sure this one is in like. This looks really good indeed. Like, definitely one of the reasons why I want to get P30. But yeah. Oh, and you've got GSX too. Like, we don't have GSX, so yeah. 5 likes, guys. Thank you so much. 18 playbacks, average watch time 8 minutes. Cool. Yeah, we have this little thing which it tells you how many people are watching, the chat rate. There's like I think 2 here. In other streams it can be like really packed and stuff, but recently the streams haven't been. I haven't been streaming much, so I'll leave it on that. I think our maximum has to be 3, and then we dropped to 0 here. And I think I wasn't there when that dropped to 0, so it sounds quite interesting to say the least. We have chat rate, likes, and everything. Yeah, streaming. Would I recommend getting into streaming? Let's see. It's honestly kind of like a hit or miss. Like, you can pretty much put out content as many times as you want to. Like, put out a lot of content every single time. Keep a high consistency rate. Do whatever you want, live stream and all, but it all comes down to the audience, because if the audience is like, no, this guy has more streamers, like this guy is more well known and so, well, I don't necessarily want to say that works for everything, but the point being is that it all just comes down to people like, why should I watch this guy if he's not doing any giveaways while this other guy's doing it? It all just comes down to preference, but would I recommend it? I think currently we have way too many streamers and not that many people to watch. That's why you'll find like the same person on different streams, but there's no problem in that. So I would, it's kind of like a hit or miss for me. Like me personally, I haven't been streaming much, multiple reasons, live and all, but definitely is something that I'm going to. We think hopefully in the future when the 777 comes up, because the 777, despite me saying that, oh, no, I'm not going to be into flight sim and all, no, I will be flying the 777, like it or not. It's a really good aircraft. We don't have a accurate representation in XPLANE. P30, I think we do, but I think Flight Factor is about to really bring out an extremely well done aircraft. They're going to pretty much bring out their 777. But yeah. Kilo Mike Kenya to Bahrain. That's cool. Cool. Yeah, the A340 by Torres, you can definitely see that it's been really freaking popular every single time, because you can't see the Atlantic with at least 3 A340, so let's count. I think that's 1, 2, 3. And then, no, don't get me started with the North Atlantic. You'll have at least, let's see, there should be, okay, that's an A380, okay, cool. Top Gun, American. Okay, what a name. This guy's possibly an FSX, just flying Max Stall flights for 2020. An A380, like, I think it's gonna be so crazy when Flight Simulation gets an A380, because we've yet to get one. I think, let me see, what can I do here? Let's go ahead and look at this. Okay, so I was having a chat with this guy because I caught him, I pretty much caught him like I was flying to Lisboa in the 747 Queen of the Skies, Lufthansa and stuff. and then I found them like flowing over, I think like Russia and stuff, and the guy was flying a freaking A380, and pretty much, um, you ask yourself, because this is P3D and it looks freaking amazing, and this is an SXM model. I think it's like converted to P3D, but it looks freaking good, and the guy uses a, I think it's 747 cockpit, of course, but um, definitely, and I think for people to start watching, like if you're gonna ask me where can I get this A380 from, you can't. You get it for P3D, but the thing is it doesn't have virtual cockpit yet, so I don't think it's gonna get it because the developers don't support it. But I remember flying FSX. Like a lot of my previous streams would actually fly FSX and stuff. Let's open up original. This is pretty much me. I think I loaded up into Frankfurt with the A380 here in FSX. Pretty much fully virtual cockpit. We have PFDs, NNDs, and everything. It looks really good indeed. But you know, this cockpit that you see here, it's not an XPLANE-11. We have an A380 for XPLANE-11, but the thing is that it's not really good at all. I think iNight is working on one, but you know, they're definitely gonna take their time to get that. But there's also good George Bush scenery that's coming out. Well, it already came out, but yeah, we have a lot of stuff on sale. Let's see. I want to get the A330, but I don't really like. I want to be loyal to my friend. Like I'm sure he's watching the stream because as part of I was part of this development group called IFX, but I had to leave because I decided to focus on other stuff in life apart from being there and doing some management stuff there, which you know it's got like a mixed bag decision for me. But the guy was making like really good progress. He'd show me like these really good previews. I don't think I'm under an NDA now, but I would really want to tell you what the guy's up to, but I would have to ask him, and the guy has been pretty much ghosting my messages since you know he's really busy developing the aircraft. But back to the point, let's go into Airbus. Let's go and look at this one. Yeah, it really looks really. It's A380 for XPLANE-11. The model looks terrible, and I think systems are also really terrible. And it pretty much costs around, let's see, $50 freaking for the entirety of the pack. Like I'm sure, and it doesn't even have a freaking cabin. Oh, I just forgot. So there's also J-Pro that's making like an A380, but yeah. So they're taking their time to these, and I think I actually have the A380 model in the simulator. I don't think I'm allowed to showcase it since I'm a livery maker, and I was planning on making Lufthansa A380 for them, but I'm still waiting on a quote-unquote completed model so I can start painting on the aircraft. But yeah, you can definitely see by the screenshots this is X-Wing 10. These clouds are like I don't want to say they're that bad, but the cockpit like it's okay. Like it does match with the A380 and stuff, but I would say that you know you can definitely see that this aircraft does not fit its age, but it has the GP 7200 and rolls. Okay, what is this? Oh, okay, that's Emirates. My bad. Okay, but you can pretty much order the I think full package here, and it's like $59. It includes I think the Engine Alliance, GPs, Rolls-Royce, and I think the A380 uses at least 2 engines, the GPs and the Engine Alliance, but I think recently people have been moving to the Rolls-Royce. I know Lufthansa uses the Rolls-Royce, and Emirates actually used to use EAs. You know, it's kind of odd saying EA because it's also a grander, but yeah. But we have this scenery too. It looks decent. Like I want to say that George Bush is a really interesting airport in the sense that it is like an airport that it's kind of like a commuter. Like you'll go there to go somewhere else, but like when you're there, it's like a good airport. Like I remember that one time I went to George Bush International Airport. Essentially speaking, let's see, where am I at? Okay, we're about to reach Haggett. Okay, cool. But yeah, pretty much, I remember going there, you know, I think I went over this before, saying like my favorite terminals, but they had this freaking tablets around there that you could pretty much fill out questions, do surveys. There's kind of like a downside to that, because like, you know, you start getting a lot of spam emails, but you know, I would say a bottle of Evian water is worth the while. But yeah, you can pretty much just like play games, gain points, and then after that's done, you can pretty much just order them, and then a freaking airport employee will like come up to where you are at and be like, hey sir, you won this game, and this and so on. So, oh, that's Siri. Yeah, as I said, pretty much okay, no thank you, here. But yeah, pretty much you can get you order that, and then the airport employee will be like, okay, you can pretty much like you'll be able to pretty much just like, okay, I want this, so give me this, and then the freaking airport employee, like the guy will just walk up and give you like what type of service. And there was at least in like the United terminal. I think they have them in other airports, but I'm not too certain about that. So let's see. George Bush International Intercontinental, that's what I call it. But yeah, they have like these tablets here, I think. Yeah, it's really good. They have 787s, they have the 737. You have mass mandates here. What is this? Because like I know they decided to pass a mass mandate, which it's kind of like a mixed bag with everybody. So yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, the A380 and all, definitely something that I'm looking forward to. I know Fly-by-Wire has been working on that, so let me go and check out this. That's a ping. SAS was virtual. I haven't flown for them in ages. Training board. Yeah, they do training and stuff. Like, it's a good virtual airline in my opinion. Excuse me, but yeah, we can go into Fly-by-Wire. Like, they've definitely been dropping some previews. Like, they've been, you know, focusing on their main product, which is the A320 modification. So pretty much a Cebu A321, A320, not A321. But yeah, fixes and all. Like, I haven't flown this aircraft in like a really long time, but we can actually take a look at this just to pretty much look at how far they've progressed. And I just realized that I'm not looking at the stream, so let me try to get this set up in a manner that go here, and let's actually go ahead and get the XPLANE capture. Look at this and get the setup right. So let's go ahead and do this. But yeah, pretty much we'll look at this and we'll look at this. So it is using the accurate representation of the FMS of the A380 and the A350 US. Unfortunately, flight factor did like some weird thing there, and I got disconnected. That's cool. Lost connection. Okay, we're back though. Let's see. So let's go and play the video now. It looks really good indeed. Okay, so that's the first problem there. It's not an A380, like only seen in the Santa Fe A380s, but the demonstration purpose, you can see how it does work, and you can see how the departure and all works. So you can pretty much see how it is up to date, and you can see how the call sign goes here on the Flight Factor A350. You don't have that. Then you have like a bunch of stuff there. You can enter stars, transitions, and all. And definitely, oh, I'm gonna fly this aircraft so much, and it's gonna be even more epic when you fly it off. Because like I know the flying Honu, which is the A380 like the turtles. That one exists. So yeah, you have to navigate the airport. I think you have terminals, available parking options, Einstein. Okay, I've eaten at this one of these before. Cool. Well, let me see what places have I eaten at here. I remember like going around to a Mexican restaurant. I think it was like around 2. So oh, they have a Blaze Pizzeria. Cool. Burritos. Cool. But yeah, I think because like, I remember eating around one of these terminals because I was gonna visit my sister in like California, so I had to go there. But you have shopping stuff, currency, culture. I think they have a Victoria's Secret there too. But yeah, with dine, shop, security, relax. But yeah, I remember. I think you can look at maps. Let's look at maps because maps are something that airports have been featuring more often now, since people can get lost in these conglomerates of buildings. But yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, it was this terminal. It was one of these. Like I remember, it was like that, and then you could go there, and then you'd have some aircraft there. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Yep, this one's the one. So I think the restaurant's name was Bam Bam. Crabfish. That was not it. Can't do music. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't it. I think they want to close it actually. Oh no, there we go. Vida Taqueria. I hate that. I think I hate it. I ate whatever they made here. It's taquitos, I'm gonna call it. I don't know, but yeah. Pretty much, yeah, it was great. And I actually flew out of here with Emirates. This is pretty much where Emirates flies out of. Yeah, Emirates flies out of here. I think I actually departed with the A380. I flew with the A380, but not the 777 into here. So only the A380. Like Emirates does fly into here, and then I actually flew out internationally. So let me try. Oh, I actually flew out of here too with American. I think it was like one of these terminals. Like, let me just try to find the Wendy's. Wendy's. The moment I find the Wendy's, I'll be able to tell you where I flew out. So the Wendy's should be around here. Okay, cool. They have a Dunkin' Donuts. That's cool. Yeah, there it is, Wendy's. I actually flew out of one of these terminals here. I was like really sleepy around there. We flew into Venezuela, landed around early in the morning, so I got a really long flight. But you know, I haven't been to this airport ever since. Like I haven't flown or like departed an airport in like a really long time. Miami International Airport. Let's see, what do we have? How good SC Miami International Airport website. Okay, already I'm disappointed. Okay, I haven't even seen much in it. Airport security, airline directory. I'm betting it's just gonna be a list. There we go. Oh my god, I jinxed it. I freaking jinxed it. Damn it. I jinxed it. Okay, cool. Passenger, flight information. Let's see. Connecting flights, departures, flight tracker, flight planner, flight arrivals, accessibility, new software, hard settings. Oh yeah, they have that. Matter of fact, let's see. Site specific. Yeah, they have this. This is actually really cool. Like, they pretty much have like a bunch of walls in Miami, which pretty much just dictate. Yeah, Miami, like ever since it started. Oh, it's that photo's old. Like a freaking Air France 747. I don't think. When did they retire the 747? I think they retired them like a really, really long time ago. But yeah, pretty much just. Okay, so it isn't this. I remember being it because you pretty much just start leaving the airport and then you'd see like a bunch of posters here like Pan Am stuff, because Pan Am had like a really, really prevalent presence here in pretty much this place. But yeah, I think they had hubs in Frankfurt, New York, Miami. Yeah, Miami was a pretty prevalent hub there since they flew a lot into South America. They actually had Tokyo, Haneda, and Narita, so it's great. They had Berlin and stuff, so that's cool. It interests me that they didn't really have any West Coast hubs. Like, I'm assuming that might have been Delta's and United's job, but I'm sure they definitely flew in there. But yeah, that's a Lufthansa A380. Unfortunately, they're not flying that anymore. I actually flew on this aircraft. That particular aircraft, I'm not too certain about that, but yeah, we have maps and stuff. Let's go ahead and look at animal relief areas. I've actually had to use that once for my little dog. Baggage claim, hand sanitizing, immigration, customs, nursing. Okay, this is an active map. What a okay, no, that's just that. Okay, cool. Maps. Let's go ahead and look at baggage claim. Terminal gates. If it's just a freaking image, I'm gonna be disappointed. Don't tell me I jinxed it. I just jinxed it, and I jinxed it. Cool. So definitely a George Bush Intercontinental Airport has definitely done a lot better website-wise. And what am I doing? I'm rating websites. Like, I'm literally rating websites of airports in the whilst cruising. But yeah, pretty much such as we're actually over the Turks and Caicos Islands, so that's great. Jamaica, Montego Bay has ATC online. We have the 737. We have some weird plane here. Oh, just Airbuses. Cool. But oh, this guy's flying from Margarita. Cool. Cool. But yeah, pretty much an A380 would be honestly really great indeed if we get one. Hopefully in the future. Like, so far, I think modeling wise, in my opinion, like, I would fly this despite it looking this way. APU looks good. The wings look really good. You can see how they fold a little bit. You can also see the engines and stuff. You can see how it really looks really good, and you can see how the fuel digits and pumps are there. That's what they use. That's what the A380 uses to jettison fuel. I don't think it uses the cabin. It would be kind of like unnecessary since you're going to be in the flight deck for the entirety of the flight and don't really need that. We have the textures. It's kind of interesting because, let's see, Phoenix Simulation, they decided to pretty much roll out new textures. Like, at least they pretty much decided to roll out like a new type of screen with like actual LEDs, like you could see the individual pixels. But the thing is that now they decided to pretty much just like implement it on the A320, which is kind of odd since, in my opinion, I think the textures, the way they did them like that, they were like there, like at the beginning, which is kind of like really weird. So yeah, fly by wire. Cool. Overhead looks good. How long have they been developing this for? So that was 5/22/2021. Cool. So it's been like a really long time. Like it's like 6 months, I would say. Yeah, 6 months ever since they started developing. But okay, there's no way it's going to use. There's absolutely no way it's going to be able to use OAN as onboard airport navigation system, which is pretty much what the A350, 787 use. But it's not accurately represented in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, unfortunately. That looks really good. Really does look good. Cool. Alright. So I think that's pretty much just that. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing the screen. Let's go into this. And well, that's not what we want. So let's go and set this up to like this. There we go. And there we go. But yeah, we're pretty much cruising right now. We don't have anything to look at apart from the ocean and clouds, so you know that's pretty much just a life of being in a flying a plane with RB211s. Like we're flying RB211s. We don't have prior movies on board, unfortunately. But yeah, definitely P3D, like, yeah, with screenshots such as, let's go ahead and take a look at what we were taking a look at before. Um, let's see. Yeah, I used to fly the circle. Like, it looks really, really good. The winglets look good. It definitely is an FSX model. I think if we can look at some of my previous streams, we should be able to find pretty much me in the A380. Been streaming for like a long time, actually. I'm making videos for, I think, a long time, but... let's see. I don't think I have any of the. Yeah, we have this one, but that's just like GTA Flight Sim, which is kind of interesting since that's actually one of the reasons why it got me into like flying a VAT sim. So let me go and set this off. I think there's. Is there anything that goes on here? No, it's just me with a 777. Um, but yeah, but pretty much. Damn, this was like a year ago, and it was before COVID. Good times. But yeah, pretty much, I'm sure with these models and stuff, what they pretty much do is that. Um, like there's no way they make these specifically for Grand Theft Auto 5, so I'm sure they just pretty much grab them from FSX and then port them into uh, GTA 5, which is kind of really, really simple. You just use model converter and then you pretty much fix the lights and everything, and then boom, you have a free mod working on there. But yeah, and I think the A3 and the A350 also is. I think if the A350 there is there, that might be that. But yeah, we haven't had a single GTA stream in like a really, really long time. Like I've been doing flight sim so far, but oh no, that's a Flight Factor cockpit. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, it's a Flight Factor cockpit. Okay, cool. Is that the Flight Factor? It looks like it. Almost hit the freaking A380 on takeoff. I didn't know what I was doing there, so. Or the ATC didn't know what they were doing there, but. That is so weird. What was I doing here? I don't remember what I was doing here, but. I just flew GTA Flight Sim. And I think this particular server it's not been around for a long time. Yeah, it's not there, fortunately. Good times. Good times. What was I doing here? I don't remember. Like it was so long ago. Like probably didn't know what I was doing there, but I was like, at least having a good time. But yeah, it looks like the Flight Factor 777 model. Really looks odd. Like you didn't have like a freaking FMS there, so you just pretty much set up stuff there. What aircraft did I fly? What am I putting into a dive here? I'm treating this 777 like if it's a freaking fighter jet. Okay, cool. Let me actually, if we're gonna keep on looking at YouTube videos, let me actually just go ahead and set this up better now. So let's go and set this up like so. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this trip. Then I think that should do the trick. Let's go into HC Vulcan. That should do the trick. Yeah. Pretty much it's like really, really odd because I didn't know what I was doing here and I was putting an aircraft into a dive because I didn't know how to approach properly. But I think this aircraft did have autopilot. You know, it's Grand Theft Auto 5. It's not particularly a flight simulator. Well, that's cool. There's, yeah, on the freaking ground. Okay, cool. Damn, nostalgia does hit hard. Oh, there's the A380 there. Crane. I think there's actually a Honolulu. Yeah, it was there. And it looks really, really good indeed, to be honest. Like, it's just a shame that, um, yeah, you could, yeah, it's really good. A340 there, 747 there. I want to check out the A350. Like, the A350 would have been cool. Like, I have Grand Theft Auto 5 installed, and there's a Ryanair A380, and there's, oh my god. What else do we have here? We have Minecraft and stuff. I haven't streamed Minecraft in like a really, really long time, so, let's see. War Thunder, Battlefront 2, streaming War Thunder, War Thunder, War Thunder, introduction to my Instagram. I had the great idea to essentially uh, introduce my Instagram since I thought that, okay, so um, I thought about it this way. So essentially speaking, um, so let me think. So my Instagram, it has more followers there on than what I have on YouTube. So I was like, okay, I'll just do that. And there's my freaking homework now. But yeah. Maybe restreaming the 777X flight, GTA 5, Flight 220, Stanley Parable. I'll actually stream that. Age restricted. How did I get age restricted? Okay, cool. Don't know how that got age restricted. And then I think one of my first X-Plane streams was let's see. You have Euro Truck there. We have trying X-Plane for the first time. I didn't know what the hell I was doing there, but I was having a good time. So yeah, that's what matters. Oh, I have the SIBO here, so that was cool. Where's that? Cool. Oh, I had disco. Oh, this was back when disco was like a square. Okay, nostalgia really hits hard. Auto crash, seeing some loop-de-loops. I think this was actually, yeah, this was Intercontinental actually. Yeah, it is. Cool. What's it? Doesn't look like it. Oh, that was Frankfurt. Cool. I had 0 add-ons here, so my X-Men looked like squat. Like it didn't look good. But yeah. Fast forward like I think a year. Um, progress. 220 subscribers later, and flying a freaking 757 all the way to Sint Marteen. Cool. I want to relook at our departure because I don't remember how that was. Okay, we have one person watching. Cool. Looking at the same stream that I'm streaming. It's like looking at the streamer when the streamer is streaming the stream that's streaming the streamer. It's like really, really complex. So let's go back here. It's an interesting departure, to be honest. And it was like less than an hour ago, so that's cool. V1, rotate. Bird is going up. Cool. Alright, cool. So back to the point, let's actually try to go into this chat so I can pretty much just go and get that set up. But yeah, definitely the George Bush Intercontinental scenery looks really, really good indeed. No interior. I know there's these people from the Airx simulation team that are currently working on a... Oh, no way. Never mind. Got me excited for a second. Because these people are working on a 787-8 and a... Like, this is a Magnite 787. I haven't flown the aircraft in like a long, long time, and I kind of do alright. Or like, I don't like how it flies. Like, it's too freaking bouncy. Like, they said they're gonna rework on that, so I'm just working on that. So, well, not working on that. Like, I'm hoping they work on that. So, yeah. I'm offended. Okay, cool. But yeah, pretty much we're working on a. Let's see. Where's it at? So KIH, since we're currently working on this, so we'll take a look at that. We need to get some content in the flight, so let's go and look at that. We have 53 minutes until we land. It looks good so far. Let's go down here. So far, it looks like, I don't want to criticize them too hard, but there's like something, like you can tell who made the scenery by the way they texture. Like you can definitely tell this is Aero X simulations. Like it's just like an aspect. It looks like one of those. It looks like. Let's go ahead and look at this flight sim. It looks like one of the flight sim TO sceneries that look like a freaking toy. So when I say, I don't want that to sound offensive, like I might be really, really criticizing a little bit too hard there, but what is this? It's like this is a 777 by Captain Sim, or Captain Scam if you want to call it. But yeah. Like, it's not good at all. Like, they pretty much just took their P3D product and they slapped it on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 without making proper stuff there, and it doesn't fly good. Like I haven't gotten like it's pretty much like a Frankenstein product. Think of it as selling an A220 on FSX as freeware, but it's only the model and the cockpit's like a 737. It's nowhere near accurate, yet people still download it, which is an absurd concept to me, to be honest. But yeah. Livery, multinational, we have F-18, we have Oman Air, cool. What's an A330 Neo? Welcome to California. There's a freaking oh my god, I read California, not Catalonia. Interesting fact, they actually wanted to break away from mainland Spain. I think with Spain so far, like they're having issues politically. Like my opinion, like I don't want to talk politics wise. Like I tend to like want to do that more often. But the thing is that you gotta think to yourself, why is there politics in an aviation stream? Like it's supposed to be flying a plane and then just chatting. Politics is not really belong there at all. But I gotta say these people, because like at least on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, they definitely like they're really really good at making liveries. Like let's go and put ANA. Okay, ANA, All Nippon Airways, All Nippon Airways. I remember seeing one like that. Okay, they definitely they pretty much just decided to kind of redo this. Yeah, they pretty much did that. So it's just, we have done an X-Plane P32. Um, let's be more specific. Flying. Oh no. Cool. But yeah, pretty much stuff like this. Like I'm sure this person specifically will make the one for the A380 when the Flabberware comes out, but I want to know how you do stuff like that. Like I think like it takes a lot of time and practice if you want to make something like that. I'm actually trying to make the BB-8 livery for the, let's see, 787, 747. Oh my god, the 777. The 777 by Stratosphere Simulations. Like I decided to trace out some circles and stuff, and we'll see how well that goes. But I really haven't been working on liveries in a really really long time, and I think my last livery that I made was the let's see, um, yeah, it was the business jet livery. So yeah, and I think that's gotten like a lot of downloads. Like it's gotten 94 downloads. Like recently, I don't know why, but like my liveries have been popping off. Like my Qatar livery, my 757 livery. I think my Condor one. Like I made the Condor one as a joke, since like I was like, okay, make me a Condor one, and I was like, okay, I'll make you it. And I made it like extremely quickly. So it's really odd. Like, will I fly this? No. I personally speaking, like I put time into this, but I'm not gonna fly. Like I have zero freaking need, nor do I really have an interest in flying it. But it is what it is. But yeah, just like a bunch of liveries that I make that I don't really fly. Like this one no, this one sometimes, this one not at all. I definitely have to redo this one in a manner that I can pretty much like fix the nose, because back then I didn't know how to use Blender, so I just made like some weird thing there. But a really weird paint kit, and it should be really really fairly easy to fix. So I'll definitely try to redo that. Cool. So let's see. How long until we land? So we have around position fuel with 8.5, we have 5.2 there, we're at flight level 370. TD is inside, so we have it in around less than 200 nautical miles, I'm calling it. Yeah, less than 260 nautical miles, I'm gonna call it. Actually, might be wrong, so if each range is like around 80, that has to be equal to that. Okay, whatever. It's getting really close. We have jets there. We're getting closer and closer. I think the top of the sun should get there, and the moment that gets there on the FMS, we'll note that it's time to descend. So let's go ahead and go back into this view and just continue to a nice little flight. Let's go. Okay, that's really really loud. So let's go ahead and do this view. Cool. But yeah, back to the point. Yeah, definitely make a lot of liveries. But yeah, and I also have like a lot of requests here. But if you request a livery, don't expect me to make it. Like, I can't make stuff like United or. Okay, cool. This guy definitely wants to kill me. Oh my god, I can't make that at all. Oh my god. Okay, I could. Like, it should be simple. Yes. I guess I could make that, but I don't have a 777 to make it for. Like, I'll make it for the V2, but the current version will just be like a waste of time, to be honest. But yeah. Don't tell me this is P30. Nah, don't do this to me. Well, if they made it here, like, it's simple to just, like, pretty much reprint 777-300 DR. That was 2017. How do you even make this? Swiss Air HBN. I'll download this. I'll check this one out. Okay, log in. Because, like, if there's something that's easy, it's to pretty much just, like, look at a livery and be like, okay, I know how to make this, but I'm not really going to make it, so I'm just going to pretty much essentially try to finesse it to work on something. That's how this guy, that's how they made the PMDG livery for pretty much the PMDG delivery for the 737. Why is that not downloading? Okay, cool. Click save. That should download. How does this even work? AppSim. How does this work? I don't know how the paint code works. Like, it really has to be really weird to look at that. Okay, we'll open that up. Okay, so it's not the complete thing. So it got me excited for a second because I thought it actually had like the thing there, but it doesn't. So we'll look at that. Like, I would definitely, like, I want to fly the PMDD 777 for those reasons. Like, it definitely is like a really good aircraft. I could fly Air France from Paris all the way down to Miami or to Guadeloupe, or I could just fly from Paris to Reunion Islands or Mauritius. I don't know how to pronounce it. I probably butchered that. Unknown file type. Okay, cool. Unknown file type is not. So that's PTP file. I don't know what that is. It's all PTP. Okay, so it's one of those things that you have to use with the PMDG thing. So it's quite secure. That's cool. Because like with the PMG 737, I don't know how people did it, but for some odd reason they got their hands on that. But yeah, I wonder how they did that. Let me see if I can try to like jerry rig it in a manner that I can kind of just make it into like some 777. So let's see. Bunch of A220s here. Cool. Yeah, this is actually like it's gotten me quite interested because in theory that should be quite simple to make, even though it possibly isn't. So oh yeah, copyright. Yeah, I know. Cool. Cause like Flight Factor's got it, but it's kind of like weird. Like I'm intrigued because I would definitely want to make something like that, really complex and stuff. But the question is how. But we have Sin Juan online. Let's freaking go. We have Sin Juan Center. I think the guy controls the entirety of our entire descent and everything. So let's go ahead and go into 118.7. Let's go ahead and look at this. Let's go and turn this one on. Yep, 118.550. 118.550 it is, so let's go down here, 118.150. Second one center, American 1475, flight level 370.
American 1475, Southwest Center, squawk 2102.
2102, American 1475. Okay, this guy definitely speaks Spanish. I remember seeing this guy around, I remember seeing this guy control, I think it was like Santo Domingo, so it definitely is something that definitely checked out. Okay, there's someone with a hot mic, so that's all to me. Okay, let's get 2 127. whenever this guy controlling Santo Domingo and stuff, so it pretty much just control the Dominican Republic. So San Juan is a lot of people I think speaking San Juan like it really looks like South America. So yeah, TD's look. I don't know if the guy controls that is going against.
456. Someone center squad 2103.
2103. Just message this guy. Okay. We have TCAS, we have an aircraft to our left. If I look at it, possibly can't because it's about too far away. Okay, so in that case, we pretty much have full ATC all the way down into Sint Marteen. We can actually start planning some stuff real quick. Let's go and set this to 1. We still have around 160 knots until we start to descend, so we have a quite long time until we start to descend. How's audio, by the way? So in that case, we pretty much have full ATC.
401, someone center squad 2104.
Okay, so I think ATC is a little bit too loud, but it should be fine. We could actually control that here.
American 1475, verify your transponder is squawk 2102.
2102, American 145. There we go. That should do the trick.
401, 2104, level 12000.
So we're actually quite close here. We have ATC there, it looks really good indeed. We have ground power online, let's go ahead and if I connect ground power. Let's connect ground power. Oh, you can actually connect ground power, that's cool. It kind of interests me that we're able to do that, so really cool.
Okay, 456, someone center, you are radar contact, please send to level 110.
Alright, cool. 370 looks good. Aircraft 2 on left. So 1 should be there. We could go ahead and turn on terrain radar. It's not turned on.
American 1136, turn left, direct to
Airport. Okay, there we go. We have this island of San Juan there. We have Punta Cana over there, and then we pretty much have the island of San Juan. No, I mean Puerto Rico. Don't get that confused. That's San Juan over there. TJ SJ. That's 1 there over there. We have an aircraft 2 on the left. I think I should be able to look at them. Pilot settings and enable aircraft labels. Okay, that's weird. Okay, let's try to do some plane spotting, shall we?
Carry on 456, continue descending to 3000. Expect the aircraft runway 10.
Oh, there it is. Spirit wings.
1013.
This guy's really far out. There's no way I'm going to be able to catch him. The Spirit wings most likely is going to be headed to what do you call it? I think the guy just died. Cool. Okay, cool. Like the guy just disappeared.
1475 radar contact, maintain flight level 370.
Radar contact, maintaining flight level 370, American 1475. Okay, the Spirit wings just like disappeared. I believe the Bermuda Triangle should be to our left. So I'm blaming it on that. So yeah, I think we're pretty much skirting around the Bermuda Triangle entrance points until pretty much just like Miami, San Juan, and then Bermuda. Bermuda's like the middle point, like it's like that one pointy side. But it depends on the triangle, to be honest. Like I'm not gonna get into geometry; it's gonna bring me PTSD from when I decided to take that last year. So that's great. San Juan sensors online. We have full ATC. San Marteen's gonna be cool and all. Bino, we will get San Juan in view, so then we'll pretty much be able to look at San Juan down there. We'll pretty much be able to look at everything down there. It'll be cool and all. Let's see. You know, if I had a powerful computer, I'd be able to at least do flight sim and do a freaking Minecraft let's play at the same time. That'd be cool. We have Bino there. We have that there. 162. Okay, the aircraft is back there. The guy disappeared. I'm calling it witchcraft. Let's go ahead and look at this guy over here. Oh, we almost have visual. Come on. almost there. Yeah, we're too far out. We can't see this guy. So I want to try to zoom in to try to spot the aircraft, but I can't spot it because the guy's too far out. We don't have any aircraft around there. Like, that's the only aircraft. Like, we have some aircraft around San Juan there. I don't know what to do honestly. So I want to do a virtual reality stream. That'd be cool. But we'll see. This is a thing, dude. Cool. I would say that there's something highly unrealistic about this aircraft is that it has screens here. I'm sure that the American 757s did not have IFE screens on board due to the fact that they were really old. Let's see, what aircraft are there? So we have a 787. This guy's going to Cancun. Oh, he's flying this delivery. Cool. 2 Deer, Magnite. No, not Magnite. The other aircraft. Oh, we have a 777. Cool. Here too. You don't have any aircraft there at St. Martin. Like, there are aircraft like just starting to like land there, but overall I don't think we'll have any problem traffic-wise, to be honest. Since St. Martin, there really aren't that many aircraft flying in there. Like, typically in real life there would be, but there's a little thing called the COVID pandemic, so you can blame that for it. Squawk. That's 123. That has to be the guy to our left. Yeah, 123. Spirit Wings. At least I can say that. At least get good service on board the airline that I'm flying with. So despite having I have a lot of things against American Airlines, to be honest. Like, I just don't like them. And the thing is that I'm gonna end up flying with American Airlines if I do fly up to Knoxville. But I don't know what to fly. What aircraft they operate all the way there, so it's definitely something that I'll have to look at. Air Canada Rouge. British has landed. Delta 737's departed to JFK. What is it? A321. Cool. 777 to LAX. Yeah. What American Airlines tends to do is that they pretty much just fly an aircraft domestically, and then from there they just fly like cross the land all the way to like Los Angeles or like vice versa, and then they just fly internationally. So, say you're going down to like South America or like Europe, they don't really have any flights to Africa. Don't understand why, because like there has to be a market there. Like, a market from the United States to like Africa and stuff, and I'm not too certain why there isn't. Interesting. Like flying from Miami to like, I don't know, let's see, what's a good city in Africa? Let's go ahead and go with Bamako. Yeah, so you wanted to fly there. I don't know why you would want to fly there, but yeah, it's really interesting. Like, there should be a market there. Like, I know the only, I guess, countries to have like a semi-large international reach, as far as I'm aware of, is Morocco, South Africa, and then you have like a bunch of airlines here, like Ethiopia, I think Kenyan too, but like, I don't want to be incorrect. So if I'm incorrect, please go and correct me, please. Like matter, please. I don't want to be yelled at for my inability to know the African airline business, but it is what it is. Cool. Live streaming, 5 likes, guys. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and look at this. I don't think they have a direct flight to Miami. Okay, cool. They're flying Embers to Miami. They're flying Embers from Knoxville all the way over there. So we have FMC message. It's gonna be like insufficient fuel. But we actually have extra fuel, so it shouldn't be a problem. TB is around 146 nautical miles. The San Juan Island should be to our left. I want to, let's see. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Done, and apply changes. 3. Let me get the joystick up in there, just in case, because it's going to bolt around. Okay, that's better now. Okay, cool. So I think real weather should be fixed now. We have like a bunch of clouds down there. Been really cloudy around here, to be honest. Like, it's not hurricane season. Like, it's actually about to close in like, I think 6 days. But it is what it is. 370 aircraft should start to accelerate to reach its cruising altitude so far, but so far looks good. Let's see, so we have this aircraft. No chance I'm making that. Like, I could make it. Looks really, really simple. It looks really, really simple indeed. So, yeah. There's also this one. I kind of gave up because I was making really, really good progress on the 737 MAX delivery. Until pretty much I decided to come across. I came across the tail, which is kind of like a really, really important part of the aircraft. But the thing is that the tail is like super, super weird, to be honest. So yeah. There's also this one. There's also this one. I made that one. I tried making some with this one. I didn't make anything. The guy did give me like a really, really good tail. From looks here, but we're lacking stickers and stuff. The guy said that he's gonna make it with substance, but he didn't make it in the end. This one also was it, and yeah, pretty much just what it is. This is gonna just go pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I left. He's been playing substance painter for like a day now, so that's good.
Delta Echo Echo runway reback is correct. Advise when ready to taxi. Expect runway 8. Descent 1 altimeter is 29990. 29990 with taxi 08.
TJ is the, so this one, the TJ means, what do we call it? You know, we could have just flown to Guadeloupe. It's sort of like a short trip all the way down to Guadeloupe, but it is what it is. Alright, insufficient fuel, FM's message, looks good. Let's go around here, and let's go over here. Let's go ahead and what if we just start pressing random buttons? What could go wrong? Okay, let's try this. Oh, okay, that does work. Okay, cool. Let's not press those. What are some buttons that we can randomly start pressing? Let's see. Like in real life, you don't want to do. Okay, we'll just start pressing some random buttons here. What could go wrong?
W454 Southwest area clear to the Fort Lauderdale Airport. We got the Coney free departure, south transition then as well. Climate maintain 5000. Expected 34010.
It's really, really weird to me.
Departure is frequency squawk 2107.
So we can't really press any random buttons here. That's great. We can press these, but we don't want to mess up our communications right now. So I don't really have anything to do, to be honest. We have this printer. Printers don't work. On Microsoft Flight Simulator, they do. Like I think on XPLANE 2, but it's an INA thing. So we have this. That is. We have this. That's great. It only comes online when we lose this. So let's say we pretty much get rid of. Let's see. Is there a way that we can get rid of our? How do we dim the screens?
American 1136, welcome to Juliana. Taxi to the runway. We are doing discretion.
It should come online when we lose both screens. And then you have this to serve as your backup, in my opinion, so you can see how it works. So just set this.
Right, direct to Baki 40 runway 10.
Yeah, so we'll do it that way. So I'll pretty much just rely on this little instrument for now.
Yes, right, direct to Baki. That's Alpha Baker Alpha Kilo India 40 runway 10.
It's definitely going to be an interesting approach, to be honest, since it's quite cloudy there. Hey Siri! Hey Siri! What's the weather in Princess Jude? What's the weather in Sint Marteen?
It's currently clear and 21 degrees in Somerton, Arizona.
Hey Siri! What's the weather in Sint Marteen?
It's currently cloudy and 7 degrees in St. Martin, United Kingdom. Expect rain starting in the morning. Today's high will be 10 degrees, and the...
It's too loud. Okay, let's just set this back. I shouldn't be messing around with the weather. But on the side, get some better frames. Sint Marteen, but we were talking about Sint Marteen though. That's, they're definitely two different islands, so... We'll just continue this. We'll connect crowd park as well.
456, clear our runway 10.
beautiful well done this aircraft is that this works. Like it's like the little things, like it doesn't matter that much and should be using this one, but yeah, I think you can fully dim it. Oh, you can. Okay, cool. Okay, we'll just set this one and we'll also turn that one on because why not? Yeah, I don't think this one has a.
1475, proceed direct to Slogo.
Proceed direct Slogo American 1475. Let's actually go ahead and do this real quick. We're about to descend, so it's going to turn this one on. Looks good. Let's go down here. Slogo TD around there, that looks good. So I don't think we'll be able to look at the Puerto Rican coastline there, so that's kind of a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is.
Echo Romeo on departure, fly heading 350.
I think we might actually.
0807, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
Runway 8, no departure, Charlie Heading 250, Pacific Island 082 Delta Echo Romeo.
21028 is a fail, looks good. Paper phone and everything looks good. Flaps down. Oh, you can actually modify the angle. Let's not play around with that.
Wings 250 at 4, runway 10, clear. JetBlue 454, runway 8, taxi via November.
Yes, you can do that. Okay, cool. We'll just leave that on. Let's see. Are there any other panels I can turn on?
1475, cross Slugo at flight level 110.
Cross Lugo at flight level 110, American 1475. 110 looks good. Pretty much that's ready for descent. We have around, let's see, 82 nautical miles until we land. We're going to set it to 11,000 feet. We've got our descent clearance so far. Let's go and recheck. I said that I was going to recheck this 4, and there we go. 125 knots. That's going to be our VREF. Approach vertical reference engine fuel. I don't know what that stands for. I should know what it stands for, but I don't know, unfortunately. So it is what it is. Pretty sunny around here in Miami. It's not like around the Caribbean. It's really looking like extremely cloudy. So we're definitely gonna set this to this weather, and we'll see how well it goes. Let's try to open up. Oh, I have. Oh my God, I do have this. Okay, I have Hello Neighbor on my phone. Cool. No, thank you. Second class, we were like playing games, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna play this ATC game. I just had to get this. Yeah, not now. Is it actually free? I thought you had to pay for this. That's cool. Hello, 372 000. Looks good. You know, it interests me that, like, it kind of interests me because in high school, you know, stereotypical, like, you ask a person that's not from America what they think of high school, and they'll tell you, okay, lockers, you can wear whatever you want. But, you know, reality is often disappointing, unfortunately, so, you know, it is pretty much what it is. New game. Cool. I wonder if you can stream, like, I remember trying to stream, or, like, yeah, I think I remember trying to stream from my phone, which is kind of odd. Oh, is this actually the entire, this is the entire freaking oh, my phone's gonna drop. This is the entire freaking game on phone. That's cool, and it's also free too. Cool. I wish they could showcase what I'm playing with this, but why is it in Russian? Acrylic, I don't know. I think the Russians are the only one who use acrylic. Check the chat, inactive, 2 people watching, welcome. I'll tell you about the A380 and stuff, because I was looking into A380 and P3D, and an A380 and FSX, and you know, the whole thing about that, but yeah, we have ATC currently, so...
Yeah, sorry, that was my bad.
I'll try to do something. Let's go back, and let's do this. Oh, there's a 787. Okay, we have the 787 inside. Okay, that's San Juan down there. Cool. Let's go ahead and do this view. Cool. What is a view we can do? Because like, I know San Juan is down there, so you can see a 787 down there. I think we should be able to zoom in on that. Let's see. So, yeah, that's a 787 down there. Cool. I don't have a clear view, but you can definitely see it's a British 787, even though it's a private 787, so that's cool. But yeah, that's San Juan down there. We have the San Juan airport down there. Really cool indeed. I'm going to continue playing this game. Like I never looked at mobile gaming, like it definitely is an option, but I've never really done that. Okay, just got assaulted by this freaking neighbor. Cool. Cool. So yeah, we have JetBlue down there. Cool. Let's do some planes spawning up in the cruise altitude. We can see that's British Airways. Aircraft start to climb out. I wonder how walking. This one. Let's go ahead and look at this. Oh, okay, cool. That 787 is going to Cancun, so it's definitely a private jet charter aircraft in my opinion. We have some aircraft carriers there. Oh, this helicopter's actually there. Cool. How long until TD? We have around 53 nautical miles. I've never really looked at the menu. Like we have settings here. You can pretty much modify stuff here and stuff, but you don't really want to do that. You have FMS. You have the RB211s, 535 Echo 4. You have the Iraq, March 25, March April 22, 2021 version 2.51. Drag, fuel factor. We can do +5. I don't know what that does. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, cool. Model and everything. Iraq 2103. I definitely wanted to get an Navigraph for like a really long time now, but I don't see it, like it's not worth it in my opinion. Like if you're only gonna fly at selective airports, like let's see, you're flying from Miami to like some other place, like surely you're missing out on the Vice 1, which I just got, which is kind of like a replicate of the, I think one of the, what's it called? Let me see if I can leave the stars out here. Let's go ahead and look at index Miami. It pretty much is, let's go look at the arrivals. Yeah, it pretty much is like a replicate of the Highly 7 arrival into Miami, except it's Vice and it kind of gets like a little bit closer to coastline as far as I'm aware of. But yeah, in that case, I'll just take the Highly then.
Alpha Solo Victor 777 Romeo San Juan Center Squawk 2110.
If I try, what if we're landing at a set to speak Spanish? Like my Spanish is like in Miami, people like you'll speak to them in Spanish and they'll speak to you in English. So definitely is a weird fact. Is this a stranger's house? Where even is this? Oh, no, it's my house. Okay, cool. Oh no, it is a stranger's house. Okay, cool. Then where even is the guy? Shouldn't the guy be pissed at me for going into his house? Cool. Oh, there he is. Oh boy, he's about to get me. Man, I remember playing this game on PC. Like the game came out like I think really like it came out like a long time ago at least. Hello neighbor. So I think the way that I did it is that I kind of decided to like go around the back, jump around here. Oh, wait, I'm actually doing it. Cool. Actually about to die. How do you even? Like I remember being able to play this game, but I don't know how to play now. Where's this guy at? The guy just threw a freaking tomato at me. Cool. Alright, that's enough for now. J Let's Plays whilst on Ascent. Let's go into YouTube. Let's go and look at the chat. Chat's inactive. To people watching though, you're not going to want to miss this landing. It definitely is going to be an interesting one, to say the least. Some Juan's there. I think we just left. I think that's Island there, just ending. Cool. I also think I have. Oh yeah, I have ortho coverage. Yeah, I forgot I did. I decided to pretty much just download orthos for the entirety of the route, so you can pretty much see San Juan there with orthos there. I actually forgot we got those. So yeah, we're actually going to fly to Guadalupe in around 5 minutes. I'm kidding, no. We can fly to Guadalupe, to be honest. Guadalupe. Which one to go? Am I the creator of this house type? Okay, so I'm not the only one with that. Okay, cool. TD, less than 20 nautical miles. Let's go ahead and ping them in the back. Where's this at? Let's go and get the little tablet here. I'm definitely going to fly cargo more often. Like, I don't fly the 300 or the freighter version more. Like, it's always like the this aircraft here. So let's go ahead and click on cabin, PA. Let's go into. There's no way you can hear that. Okay, let's go into sound. Sound. PA.
JetBlue 454 on the quarter, flight heading 2350.
Advanced sound. Let's go and
Wing
max it out.
0807, runway 8 clear for takeoff.
PA and start the sound. Okay, that's better. One person watching, 5 likes. We're actually about to start a descent, so let's actually try to do this real quick. I gotta say, like, despite the entirety of the stream, like, I definitely think that this was a win-win. We didn't get the overlay, even though I worked on that. Audio definitely looks a lot better now, and picture-wise, it definitely looks 10 times better, and frame-wise, also extremely well. So, what if I just do this? We don't need that. Okay. Yeah, let's go and turn it off. We don't need that. Let's see. TD should have just come online, and I think we kind of missed that. I think it's a bit closer now. So it's around 11 nautical miles until we descend. 14 nautical miles until we land. So let's go ahead and ping them. There we go. So, frame issues. That's cool. And it's interesting because I shouldn't have any frame issues. Why do I have a... I didn't really check this, so let's hopefully hope that we don't have any freaking problems on frames when we start our descent. Because the guy said that he made the scene in a manner that it's really, really good on performance, so it shouldn't be a performance at all. So we'll just see how well that goes. TD around, let's see, 7... Come on, any second now. 6. Come on.
Anchor on 456 on the center.
5. Come on. You know, the Concorde would have been a lot easier because you could just be like 5, 4. Because the Concorde flies really, really fast. So 4, and then we're actually about to descend. But yeah, there we are. There we go. That's a Puerto Rican island fading away, and we'll pretty much just. Is that the Puerto Rican island? Because we have like some weird islands. Like we have the British and the U.S. Virgin Islands around here. But yeah, it's pretty much just San Juan. Well, not just San Juan, the Puerto Rico fading away. But yeah, we should be flying over islands such as these, and we actually have full worth of coverage for them. So that's honestly quite great indeed. The 757 does not have fuel jettison, as you can see by these. The Concorde does. I have zero clue how it does that, but we're actually about to start descend. There we go, descending. Let's actually check this out real quick. Descend. Mach 183 descend. Okay, we'll see how well that goes because we don't want to go too fast because then we won't have room to descend. To slow down, may I say. But yeah, I think audio-wise it should be better. What if we aim for like a nice little sunset around? Because so far on time, like we're good. Like 3 p.m. is like a good time to start descending, in my opinion. Looks good. How's audio by the way? Because I don't want it to be too loud or too slow. Okay. So then I think that's the U.S. Virgin Islands. I think we're actually about to pass by. I was gonna say Richard Branson's house, but it's not his house. So so much for that. We'll do this. That looks really, really beautiful. Really beautiful. For some odd reason, it's either frozen, but it's not there. That looks really, really odd. Okay, cool. That was really, really freaking odd. So it was frozen for a second, but it shouldn't have been frozen. So let me go and click on studio mode, and hopefully we can get that figured out. I think that should do the trick now. But yeah, as I was saying, beautiful graphics, beautiful, really looking indeed. I think that should be we can actually get Avitab out there, and we can actually look at that real quick. But I think audio-wise it should be better now. Let's go into maps, look at this down here. We have pretty much. Okay, so that is. Let's go ahead and look at this. So it's Jamestown, I think. That's what it's called. I don't know. But yeah, pretty much it's down there. Looks good. Looks really, really good indeed. I don't know why Avitab is like struggling a tad bit, but
Yes, Blue 454,
it's kind of weird.
someone departure, radar contact.
How's audio by the way? Yeah, audio should be looking good. Okay, so let's see.
Blue 454, thank you. Turn direct to Akoni, climb and maintain 1000.
Luxury chat. I gotta fly into The U.S. Virgin Islands. Like I think there's like a really like they have a really short airstrip as far as I know. I think this is it. Yeah, this is not it. As you can see, the orsos and the mesh quality here is not the best. Um, yeah, it's it's not necessary since we're not really flying here. But in the case that we do fly here, I'm definitely gonna try to upscale the mesh and stuff. Like this is terrible, terrible. But yeah, so far looks good. We have 4 ortho coverage for the entirety of the descent. Looks good. We have islands down there. Looks good. Yeah, pretty much looks good. Hello with you. Also with you. Oh boy, yeah. It's interesting because that's something that people commonly say, but like there's no problem in saying that we're actually gonna miss our descent by around 600 feet because we have to slow down. But Slugo should be up ahead in around Dragon Bar, not a problem. Progress, Slugo, distance 56 nautical miles, fuel 5.9, and then we're really fuel efficient. Like we should not have any problem fuel-wise because we took more fuel than we needed. As a matter of fact, I might actually have to recheck our fuel quantities just to verify that we're not too heavy to land. So I think there should be charts. Okay, there aren't. We'll just use the iPad here. In-flight charts PA. We'll go into checklist. Let's go ahead and look at amplified. Power up. I don't care. Let's go into challenge level. Custom failures. I should turn that on. Just to pretty much have that set up. We have safe config, flight control, and command. F4. Oh yeah, I said that I'm gonna do that. Okay. So be it. What could go wrong? First officer landing. So yeah, we'll do F0 in command. We'll do image charts on. What is image charts on? What is that? Alpha. Where's image charts? Autosave. Okay, cool. We have height yokes. We have image charts. We'll turn the charts folder on the cockpit. Okay, we don't need that. Oh! Okay, cool. Okay, that's cool. We don't really need that. We're not really relying on that. And I think I might have just crashed my freaking simulator. Oh no, please don't do that to me. X out. Okay, that's great. How do you even do that? So... mouse wheel use. I think I'm gonna mix. Yeah, I think I broke my mouse wheel, so that's great. Okay, let's stop messing around and let's actually go ahead and... oh yeah, because then... oh, I see. Because then it pretty much just brings charts on here, then you can click on that, I think. Or you can at least pop it out. Let's see. Cool. Alright, cool. This is really an interesting approach. But if we're going to do this way, let's actually try to set this up in a manner that we can pretty much actually plan out this. I don't know why my mouse is not working. Broken the aircraft. Cool. Yeah, I think I might have broken the aircraft, so let's go back here. Okay, that's great. I don't know what to say. I shouldn't have messed around with the aircraft mid-flight, but it is what it is. Sim settings, use better pushback, crashing runway, command, everything does look good. Options. Flex parameters, interaction ops, right click, active mouse wheel. Okay, so I don't know what I just did. Active mouse wheel. Okay, that fixed it. Okay, cool. In that case, let's actually go back down here and let's go and set this to plan. Weather radar online. I think that's weather radar. I believe so. Okay, that's weather radar. Let's actually start to move up a tad bit, so we can pretty much get the aircraft set up, just to pretty much be ready to land. Control 5 looks good. First officer side looks good. That's a first for me. Weather radar looks good. Everything does good for descent so far. We look at the EFB. We cannot pop out the EFB for now. That's great. You should be able to, I think. Okay, there we go. MCDUs, that's left MCDUs. I believe they should be not linked. So, okay, they're not linked. Okay, cool. let's go ahead and set this up. For some odd reason my mouse keeps on like glitching out, so I can't really click on anything now. Let's see. That is really odd. Okay, we'll go into options. We'll go into interaction. Let's hope that I do not have a hot mic. No, I do not have a hot mic. Okay, cool. It's been rather quiet on the frequency, to be honest. We'll just set it up and then we'll stop playing around. Okay. So much for not playing around and it's already glitching out. Cool. Okay, we'll just go ahead and no active mouse wheel. Active mouse wheel. Why did I have to break the freaking plane? Why? I wouldn't know why I had the great idea to pretty much glitch out the aircraft. Cool. See, this is why first officers shouldn't really mess around with the aircraft. F-4 in command. So, in that case, that should be it now. Because then I go to this place, but then I really can't control anything. Well, I can, but it's like really weird to control. Okay, in that case, let's stop messing around with stuff. Let's get a serious face now. So I'm rather quiet on the frequency. Let me check this out. Send Honda control, American 1475, radio check.
American 1475, loud and clear.
Roger, thank you. Okay, it's been really quiet on the frequency, so let's go down here. Minute ref, approach speeds set. Looks good. Okay, so I'm starting to think it might just be this particular click zones on this, so we'll just set it up in a manner that we can pretty much be ready for that. 11,000 passing 18,000. Let's go and get the QNH for that. We can actually request it real quick, but we're going to use tablet here. Let's go down here, airports TNCM. QNH should be a good TNCM QNH 1015, so it hasn't changed. QNH 2985. Okay, looks good. Let's go down here. 1015. Okay, so use this type of system. I think it's heptapascals. I don't really know. It's I think so. I'm not too familiar. Okay, we'll go down here. Looks good. Everything does good for approach. 40 frames. Flag up is really right on the center, being really good on frames, but so far looks good. It's going to increase range a little bit, but it's definitely the click zones in my opinion. But yeah, so far we're going to go down to 11,000. We could ask for a descent past 11,000, but I think so far we're looking really good on the descent. Cool. Let's go over to this. We have 275, and we'll pretty much set it up there. Doing first officer side for the landing. This one's definitely going to be interesting since I've only done this, I think, once before. I don't think I've ever done it on a stream, but we'll definitely see how well that goes. Let's see. We have this. We have a tablet. What a name. Is that a... okay, can't read that. Cool. Okay. The sun looks good. We're actually about to reach this weapon around 5.9 nautical miles, 5.8 now. And we're getting closer and closer. Let's actually ask San Juan to get a lower altitude. But I'm not going to really ask that due to the fact that we really don't need to. We're actually really close, and like I'm going to wait for the guy to tell me that. Let's actually go back to Habitat real quick. Let's go into TNCM, go into approach, RNF 10. Let's go into arrival, Uluba 1, and let's go into airport, which should be right here.
American 1475, continue descending to 3000, expect the RNF runway 10, QNH 1013.
We're descending to 11,000 and expect the RNF runway 10, and we'll expect the QNH 1015.
I'm just waiting for the altitude is 3000.
Roger, 3000, American 1475. Okay, so we'll land, we'll do auto brakes 1, so it's going to set this up so far. We're like to know why it's so weird. Like the click zones, at least on the first officer side, you can definitely see that the circle was not made to be flown by a first officer the entirety of the flight, but nevertheless, it is doable. Down to 3,000, passing 11,000, 3,000 looks good. We'll actually get the landing lights set, so 1 and 2. No gear not required right now. Let's actually go ahead and what do we do? I don't really need that right now, so let's actually go continue to descent down there, and I think so far we should be good. We should be looking good. Let's actually get a fixed setup real fire. Let's go and set this to NCM. TNCM, so do 314 at we'll do one at 20. Okay, let's go and delete that. Let's go ahead and do 314 slash 10, and then pretty much 314 slash 5, and then I think 5 miles will be our call out, and then it should be set up. So far we're good on fixes. A little bit in my opinion, but it's fine. Cool. Alright, looks good. The moment to reach around 8,000 feet, we'll start lowering the flaps. We have insufficient fuel. Not a problem, of course. Let's go and set this to clear. I'm going to lower this a little bit. I actually want to fly Concorde into Sint Marteen. That would be a really, really interesting flight to do. Concorde into Sint Marteen. Definitely. 275, we'll wait for the flaps to be pretty much ready to go. And we're pretty much almost ready to land. Landing lights are set, looks good so far. But the landing lights actually like deploy here, or are they just LEDs? I don't know why my mouse is kind of like, it like prohibits you from like moving outside. So that's odd. Oh, never mind, it works now. Yeah, Sint Marteen should be right up ahead. We have an aircraft there, so we're definitely gonna have a little bit of caution with them. We're actually about to reach out to 11,000. We're gonna wait for that. And so far the approach looks really, really scenic indeed. Let's see, what aircraft do we have here? We have a private jet, 737, Cessna, and Cessna. Cool. So in reality, we don't really have any. We don't have any.
You a little behind for the approach. Turn right heading 180.
Right heading 180, American 1475. Okay, that's great. 180, yeah, we're way too high now. Okay, I never really thought about that. I think because I was just following the entirety of the line of approach so far. So the guy's gonna give me some vectors around here. I'm sure he's just gonna tell me to do a little spin there, and then pretty much direct to the point there. Let's see, so I have to be around. Okay, let's go and relook at this. So there we go, that is our approach phase, and then we have a Vaki, so let's try to look at that. So we have a Vaki here, so it should be right there. We should be around, yeah, we're definitely too high. Definitely way too freaking high. Like, I was gonna say it can't be that high, but we're definitely really freaking high up. Temperature 9 Celsius. Okay, we're about to fly some through clouds. Turn these on. Still looks good. Let's go ahead and.
We got 1475, continue attending to 2,600.
2,600 American 1475. Okay, looks good. Looks good. 6.8 nautical miles, and this works now, so that's cool. It's not letting me put it on, so that's great. Flying through a cloud, you know, we're IFR right now, so it shouldn't be a problem. So we're at 275 and we're definitely not slowing down, so let's see what's going on. Descend 275 at 830, okay, that's our problem. We have to be 250 at or below. So let's go ahead and set 10,000. Okay, in that case, let's actually try to do something real quick. Start to slow down to around 250, that should do the trick. I don't know why that didn't get published here. We definitely had to do that, but it might have been a previous problem, so we'll definitely go and set that up right there.
525,
There's some weather to our, yeah, we have a little bit of weather to our left, so that's cool. Let's see. This works. That looks good. 2600, continue your ascent.
Number 525 Whiskey Golf, I don't have any flight plan for you, so if you can reroute that, that would be amazing.
236, and then we'll lower flaps 1, around 8,500. Flaps 1. Overspeeding. Okay, I definitely have to remember the limitations of this aircraft, to be honest, because you cannot really deploy flaps at such a high speed. But yeah, so far looks good. 8,400. Stream is buttery, like it's really, really good so far. And hopefully it stays that way. Alright, 2,600 passing 8,200. There's no way we're going to be able to make that, so I'm assuming this guy's just going to give us his heading for now, even though we have at least 20 nautical miles from there, so
we're there. To the St. Croix Airport via the Sangre to departure, San Coin transition, then direct. Climb and maintain 5,000. You're going to expect 15,000 minutes after departure. Departure this frequency, squawk 2112.
Be a little bit, let's not descend that fast, let's do around 1,500. Anti-icing no longer required, we're going to leave it on just in case. It's actually really, really odd. It's so cold near like the Caribbean, so it's really odd.
Advise when ready to taxi. You can expect runway 8. The altimeter is 29990.
Two, overspeeding it once again, so in that case
American 1475, turn left direct to Abaki for the RNAV runway 10.
Turn left and direct to Abaki to the RNAV 10, American 1475. There's a call, let's go and get Abaki here, direct to Abaki. Execute, arrive, and let's go ahead and get the RNAV right there, and that's pretty much just that. We have some weather to our, we definitely have some weather to our left, so let's go ahead and sort of turn here. As a matter of fact, I don't think we will necessarily be able to. It's weird that it's not letting me really take control of this, but yeah, we definitely have some weather to our left. It's actually in my front now. Yeah, you should be able to see it right there. It's going to be a no factor, so it really won't be affecting us. We'll continue on VNAV now. Sint Marteen should be to our left. I think it should be right up ahead. Sort of find it. Sint Marteen's right over there, so I think we might be a little bit too low on the descent. Currently, we're just trying to follow the pretty much constraints planned on here. So we have to be at 2,600. We have 14 nautical miles until Abaki. So we could get a fix there around there, just to pretty much use that to be a reference so far. But really don't think we will need to. Cool. Go direct to Abaki from now, just to pretty much make this turn a bit better. Execute. Looks good. Islands in sight. Really looks really nice indeed. Spoilers are still out. Let's go and oh, that's how we wanted. Let's go and set this back to 5. Let's go and set this to arm, and then that should do the trick. Looks good so far. 18.2 nautical miles. Fixes and everything are set up so far. Let's go ahead and get the joystick on the table, of course. And I think so far everything does look good for arrival. Alright. There's our, I think, 20 ring, because like I think our fixes so far are structured in a manner that fixes. Yeah, we have pretty much around 20, 10, and then 5. That's our 10 ring fix, so pretty much we should be set up around there. Going a little bit too fast for my liking. Let's go ahead and discontinue the RNAV so far, and we'll pretty much reach around the 5 nautical mile fix, and we'll pretty much disconnect the autopilot and pretty much touch down smoothly, hopefully, into Sint Marteen. But yeah, there's the airport, there's the mountain that we have to do. If we do have to go around, I'll pretty much fly the missile approach procedure, so let's see. Okay, so the missile approach procedure is just like, okay, we'll go around there, because like it's telling me that if you do not have the airport in sight, or you're not comfortable flying there, you pretty much get to Mapon. From Mapon, you pretty much just go around, and then you pretty much just start to turn there, but That's pretty much like the decision height there. So, but if we don't feel comfortable, then we'll pretty much just like execute to go around, fly over the mountain, and then pretty much do the hold, and then figure whatever the hell we have to figure it out there. And that's pretty much just that. Fields in sight, orthos in sight also, not the best. Like I hate the mountains are like not.
American 1475, Aravaki clear RNF runway 10.
Aravaki cleared, RNF 10, American 1475. There you go. Avaki's in sight, 2600. We're going to reset this. We can pretty much just be set up on that.
Whiskey Golf, runway 8, taxi via November in Sierra.
Approach. It's not working. Cool. Let's see. I have the approach set up, but for some odd reason it's an RNAV. So okay, we'll just pretty much structure it in a manner that, because like the aircraft will just radio navigation. Like it's kind of like an ILS, but it's not an ILS. So yeah. Shit's in sight. Looks good. Let's hydrate real quick. I'm definitely gonna say, like, despite, like, cause like we're landing here, but like the thing is that this is Sint Marteen, and like it's not really as scenic. Like it's not as intense as it was last time with the other. But you can see how it's following the RNF. So it'll be like, okay, we have to hold 2,600. It's kind of odd that it holds that. So 2,600 we have to be. Let's go and reset that to 0. Let's go to Avitab. We have to be around here, and aircraft is kind of speeding up about a tad. Let's go here. We have to be around, we're about to reach Lesso, we have to be around 1,700, so the aircraft is going to be on the RNAV, so let's go.
Wings 2607, runway 10, clear to land.
Runway 10, clear to land, American 1475, thank you. That's good. Let's go down here. 00, looks good, 5 nautical miles inside, after 10 nautical mile ring, looks good. Descent profile looks good. We're going to continue on the VNAV so far. We're going to wait for the autopilot. We're going to disconnect it around 1,000. That's pretty much what I do. One way for 5, we're going to cross Lesser, and the moment we cross Lesser, around 0.5 nautical miles from that one, we will pretty much essentially let's go and do this real quick. Okay, 0.5, we have distance to go. We're going to be really, really close to that one, so let me go ahead and set this up real quick. Fields in sight, and gears coming down.
So, Air 777 Roman in the descent, maintain terrain 0 knots or greater for spacing.
Gears down, flaps full. It's going to slow down a bit. Aircraft. Oh boy.
Also, Air 777 Romeo San Juan Center.
It's definitely going to be an interesting approach, but like I said, 1,000 feet stabilized miss approach altitude is not set, but it's not required. We'll be setting that up when we're ready. I should definitely have set the approach mode on this, but it's too late now and I can't really pause that or else that will be unrealistic. Let's actually go and set the landing lights on. Continue. Fields in sight. Looks good. 2 whites, 2 reds. Perfect.
Number 525 Whiskey Golf, standby.
Too high now. That looks not good. I'm not comprehending the fact that I'm flying in the freaking first officer side. Like, this is a first for me, so we'll see how badly this goes. Cool. That might be too low. I'm watching out for the bubble blast right there, so yeah. It's telling me that I'm perfect so far, but I'm not too sure, because I'm typically used to landing on the left side of the aircraft. But there we go, there's a beach, there's Maho Beach.
Number 525 Whiskey Golf, fly runway heading, wing 0807, runway 8 clear for takeoff.
Will we butter? Most likely not. Floating here. There we go, I'm not part of the landing, but we're down. That's what matters. Oh boy, that was a float. Okay, cool. Holy. Cool. Versus stowed, looks good. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sint Marteen, where the current local time is 3:56 p.m. We just flew over Maho Beach. We're actually about to vacate here. It was a really interesting flight, to be honest. We're not gonna bother starting on the APU because we have ground power available. So let's actually go ahead and turn around here. Cool. So this is the Fly Guys Scenery TNCM. So far, I'm not disappointed. I love the texturing. I love the grass here.
777
Looks really good.
San Juan Center.
It's a really interesting landing. But there we go. Alright, let's go around here, turn this one off.
Azul Air 777 Romeo San Juan Center.
Oh, I see the click zones are set up, so if you're a first officer, you can reach them better. Paulo F, thank you, man. I'm not particularly proud of it. Like, I think I floated too much and it was like a little bit too hard, but it definitely was an interesting landing. But Paulo F, welcome to the stream. We're actually flying this aircraft right now.
Radar contact, climb and maintain 1000, fly direct to Shaka, resume the departure.
Looks good. Okay, we'll just start the APU for realism's sakes. But yeah, welcome to Sint Marteen. Scenery looks really great indeed.
Shaka, that's
But
Charlie, Hotel,
yeah.
Alpha, Kilo Alpha, and resume the departure.
We'll do one of these views, but yeah, welcome to Sint Marteen, and I would say this was a really good test stream. Like, the audio is definitely better. The video quality, like, we haven't had a single stutter the entirety of the stream, so it's honestly really great indeed. Let's go ahead and do maybe tower view. Yeah, tower view looks nice. That looks really good indeed. Oh, we could have taken Fox right there, but we can't really fit in there.
Delta,
So we'll just go ahead and take Echo here. Let's go ahead and start our turn here. Echo to our left, starting to turn. Actually, let's go and take the next one. If that's Echo, then that one has to be Golf. Never mind, it's Delta. My bad. Oh, damn it. Okay. Alright, we'll take Delta then, and then we'll pretty much park at the gate. And that pretty much concludes the trip into Sint Marteen. We're actually going to hop onto replays, and we're actually going to take a look at the BR back screen. Well, the BR back screen, not really, but the pretty much thank you for watching screen that I worked on. Looks good. APU's available. Lead coming online. 1. Okay, weird. We'll just start a turn here. There's a fuel pumps here. Looks really good indeed. I would say that this is the best freeware alternative. This is the best freeware Sint Marteen scenery that we have. Like, the Grand Case scenery, like, it's cool and all, but it is definitely it is what it is, because like, it depends if you have the money, if you're willing to pay, if you're not willing to pay. Like, it all just comes down to preference, to be honest. But there we go. Gates here. We're gonna get docked here. Oh, okay, this is really cool. 757-200, that's us. San Juan Center, this is American 1475. We cleared the runway, and thank you for the ATC. Have a good evening.
You too.
Okay, there we go. It's always good to thank the ATC because they set the appearance come on there on their free time and pretty much just control traffic. Let's go ahead and okay, stop. Looks good. Engine number 1 and 2 off. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
Whiskey Golf.
Sint
Climb
Marteen.
and maintain 15,000. The altimeter is 2989er.
Cool. Now, it's time, so I'm gonna think that the way we're gonna do that is that we're actually gonna go ahead and instead of doing replay modes, I'm just gonna leave it on the thanks for watching, and I'm gonna leave it on that. So let me go and check this one out real quickly. I've never really done this before. This is the first time that I'm streaming with the setup. So let me go into thanks for watching. I think the group should be here. Music's not there, so that's great. Oh, you have to play. Okay, no wonder. Why can I not play that? Do I have to? Okay, I'll just transition it. Okay, so without further ado, thank you all for watching. When the next stream that will be, I have zero freaking clue. Let me actually disconnect from Batum real quick. All replays will be done out here, but yeah, thanks for watching, and have a good evening. It's 3 PM. Gonna get an exercise, and see ya.